Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the International 18. That's not what that is.
Wow, that's very exciting. If you think you're still doing this in a decade, I got better news for you, man. I'm sorry.
I know. You know what
These
happens?
up and comers,
We,
they're
we
gonna take care of you in that time frame. It is the third series of the day, and still a lot of things undecided
totally.
right now. And so we've got ourselves Team Secret versus Newbie, and they're already getting into the draft right here. So we'll be firing in that in just a moment, but. What do you think here? You got anything coming into this one? Both teams just trying to get in that upper bracket, lower bracket situation. You don't want to be in the lower bracket. I don't know if you guys heard. Best one, not a lot of fun.
No, it's terrifying, and this is the type of matchup too that going into this you wouldn't have thought that these teams were like fighting for this possibility. Particularly Secret for me. I was looking at this team thinking you potentially could make a run for top four with everything else that's going on, but we can't hop right into the draft since it started. And yeah, I'm very shocked that these are the results that we're looking at after a couple of days of group stage action and fighting for every last place that they can get.
Yeah, a lot of time being spent here. It looks like they weren't quite dipping into reserve, but very slow bans. I feel like throughout the day it's been pretty quick all over the place for us, but we're going to have to just take a little relaxation here as they slowly get rid of Enchantress and Pugna.
5 seconds
Yep.
remaining.
There's a lot of other information going on as well. We're not going to talk too much about what the macro picture is. Just going to try and focus in on this game. That's what the multi-stream is for.
Head
But
over
just
there.
a quick aside for everybody that's wondering, Newbie right now is sitting third from the bottom in Group B, while Team Secret is third from the top. And yet, even though that's the case, if Newbie were able to 2-0 here, that would put them on par with Team Secret, and then we might get into some tiebreaker shenanigans as well. So a lot of things to come. A lot of questions will be answered in the next couple of hours as the Group B action continues on. So far, Enchantress banned out, as well as the Pugna and the Necrophos, getting rid of all those green heroes that plague us so much.
Yeah, we're off those. Not the most exciting. No, they're pretty funny. Wraith King, I guess he's a green hero, but he's kind of cool because he's the one true king, so it's fine. We will allow that. So Newbie. Surprisingly, last night they managed to take a game off of VGJ Storm, who are one of the top teams, of course, at the end of the group. And that's very good for them because Newbie need every single win they can get. This group is playing a little bit tight here. And so this, I'm pretty confident saying this is the slowest draft I've had this entire TI.
What the heck? Didn't you guys know what you're going to be picking going into this one?
No, I guess, they didn't get a lot of time. We didn't get a lot of time, which is everyone's rushing around, getting the next game. We want to get things going just in case those tiebreakers show up. But so it'll be Weaver then, and it's going to be first pick here for Newbie. So in terms of the way they've been playing so far, they love first picking Enchantress. Well, that's gone. They would certainly love first pick Io, but also banned out here. So they've been going for the Silencer when they've had it, and that could be the last ban here for Secret, unless they're willing to hand that over and kind of feel comfortable playing against it.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, and I think that, we've seen in the previous series the Weavers become really prominent with a Vengeful Spirit. They take that potential combination out. I still think Venge is strong, but I think you're right that we've seen if teams aren't going to be getting the combination of Weaver Venge, then you're more likely than not going to be seeing that Silencer.
So I think what Secret want is they want Newbie to take Mirana, and they're going to do their Silencer +1. That would be my assumption. I guess either way they're going to feel pretty good about this.
They have run Silencer Bloodseeker multiple times together in the first two phases.
Yeah.
Tiny is taken out this time by Team Secret, very highly valuing that hero. It does leave Wraith King in the pool, as you mentioned earlier.
To me, I think there's so many supports left right now. Like the only ban out really is the Io. So I wouldn't want to take my support first overall. I would want one of the strongest cores that's left. And with Tiny being banned, I'd probably want the Mirana. I just feel like it's a really good hero for Newbie.
I'd like to see it. It combos together really well also in team fight, something Newbie is known for. We haven't got to see that much Newbie games ourselves, at least.
No. I think we saw the very first day we got to cast one. So they will take the Mirana.
Trent, just feeling the meta. You're feeling it.
We're slowly figuring it out.
So are the teams.
Yeah.
It's a complicated place, and it does feel like this is the TI where there has been the more close calls than any other TI that I've seen, at least.
Yeah.
As far as like the strength of competition between the groups.
10 seconds
Well,
remaining.
so in 2 games so far,
5 seconds
let's see, last night they had the Mirana opening, and that's when they went with the Silencer Bloodseeker, and then just this morning versus TNC, they had the Mirana opening, and they went Silencer Bloodseeker, so Silencer, definitely the guarantee. The Bloodseeker, I'm not as sure about, and it looks like Secret aren't either. They're not just going to fire right into it here. They're also just going to take a breather.
Yeah.
Nice. Slow draft.
Look at you go.
Goodness. See, puppies, it's all about the mind games, I feel like.
That's what he's about. He's a
Oh, just
gamer.
kidding. It's Bloodseeker.
Every
Why'd we
time.
even think about it?
Every
There it
time.
is. All right, Venge. Is that the play here? Newbie, or do you got something else for us?
That was the TNC answer.
Turn to ban.
They're going to go Wraith King.
All right, I like Wraith King versus Bloodseeker. You buy the Blade Mail, rupture me. I dare you. Don't do it. That's the key thing. Do not rupture the Blade Mail Wraith King.
He just is going to dance all over you.
He's going to taunt, he's going to run, and he'll be dancing on your grave.
That's right. It is pretty good to use against Mirana, though. That's a hero that does not like to be ruptured.
That's true. But you also have to close in on her and all of that damage dropping down from the Star Storm. So,
Well, what are the weaknesses of these drafts? For Secret, you don't have a solid stun. Newbie, they have a pretty nice combination already. The Refire Blast and the Arrow. But it still is like pretty good control in an unconventional variety out of Secret.
yeah, it's just different. It's like it's not force control in a way, right? Like silence and rupture and stuff, but you still play a certain way. You're stuck inside this blood right. You have to go a certain direction. It's a little bit chaotic. You never know when the global silence is going to drop. It pressures you into certain item choices. All those pretty irritating to play with.
And sort of wanting to take out one of the heroes that really flourishes in that chaos by banning out the PL, who's been seen more and more rise to prominence as this group stage has continued on. You just pick up a heart, defuse a blade, and you start running at people, drain their mana, make their life hell.
And I know Secret's been playing this Dark Willow too, which seems awesome with Rupture, by the way.
Yeah.
Being able to terrorize someone, rupture them, they're just forcing all this damage. It's reminiscent of like the swap with Vengeful Spirit, which could be an option here too. If Newbie decide to ban out the Dark Willow, I think that's just what Secret would take first, would be Venge right out of this phase. They're going to go with the Nyx Assassin ban. So something that Newbie have been playing, but doesn't, go that well into Silencer and Bloodseeker. So possibly guarding a couple of the picks that they like to go for, particularly like some of those int heroes.
Yeah. Crystal Maiden is still in the pool for Newbie if they wanted to run that as well.
10 seconds remaining.
And I guess I'm trying to think of what would be the reasoning behind
5
wanting to
seconds
ban out the Nyx. I guess it is also really good, you said in heroes, but against the Silencer and finding him. Maybe you think about another hero that can sneak into the back and get their eyes on the Silencer. Take him out before the fight even starts.
And that's a pretty good reason to have Nyx. It's also just kind of annoying for a Bloodseeker to deal with. These are both a lot of AoE spells, so you can do some Carapace games, stuff like that. They've been playing a little bit of Batrider. They've been playing some Queen of Pain. And there's the Dark Willow ban. And what I assume will be a Team Secret Venge pick. If they don't go Venge, is Chen? Chen is actually still in. That's interesting. Although you're picking Chen and Narana, so I guess that's enough to dissuade them.
That's also kind of weird just with the player-hero combos. It's probably like a Yaps or...
Ooh. They reveal a core instead. Very atypical.
I guess that they're prioritizing this, saying this hero is good enough, particularly against like the Wraith King, with that stun not being able to get him inside a strafe. Like this is kind of an interesting little look at the Team Secret mindset. Probably one of the more erratic drafting teams
Yes,
over the past
definitely.
group stages.
They are very hard to read during the draft. Like, the fact that they've had such consistent plays like over the past 3 games is an anomaly. Other than that, their drafts just seem totally random in the order that they take. And okay, so they're gonna go for the Wyvern now. This hero looks good, but I think easy follow-ups to Cold Embrace from both Bloodseeker and Silencer. You can do plenty of damage to people who are being attempted to be saved like that. And Winter's Curse it's okay, but I feel like if you Winter's Curse defensively, Bloodseeker's so fast he just catches right back up with you anyway.
Yeah, I'm wondering almost if they wanted it as like a deny pick. If you look at Winter Wyvern in that lineup, I guess it's a little bit sketchy, but like just giving Bloodseeker so much damage by having really solid harass. That might have been one of the thoughts by Newbie. We have also seen KP play this like Meteor Hammer Winter Wyvern, and if you do manage to have that as a follow-up, that could be quite strong. But it's going to be the Epsor Rubik.
It is a bit of flexibility, I suppose. But all right, so Rubik, I just saw him lose another game. I believe he's currently 1-9 at the event.
He needs his Arcana.
The players are doing everything they can to give this hero a couple buffs. But so Rubik, to me, I feel like he just needs a really strong laning partner. So far, he's a Clinks and a Bloodseeker, so that is well set up. And they have the 10th pick, which is possibly a mid. I mean, this Clinks and Bloodseeker can go in all 3 lanes. So They'll go back for the Ursa, which is someone who can kind of brawl around here with the Bloodseeker. And Newbee have to decide what their support duo is going to be. Is it Winter Wyvern and Wraith King, or are we going to get ourselves a different 4-hero here in the 10th pick, or, well, 9th pick for them?
Yeah. I will say it's, you talk about atypical, a little bit strange that Newbee is going to be most likely leaving that SCCC hero already on the map. Usually they end up taking it in the last phase for him. I guess hypothetically it still could be, but it'd be a very, very wonky draft.
Yeah, support Ursa is interesting. I don't see any reason why it looks that incredible here. I feel like getting on top of Bloodseeker and Clinks won't be the easiest thing, so.
Yeah.
I haven't got to see too much of the support Ursa. A little bit more common before the event started. I feel like once we got into the actual group stage, it hasn't been happening as much. Very similar to like that Venge offlane core or Venge position 1 core. All over pubs, not so much in the actual group stage itself.
Yeah.
People just sticking to position 5.
I think that there might have been a couple that we've missed off stream for us, but it is definitely situational and depends on what the picks are from the opposing team. The ban now coming out from Secret. They're taking a while to think about it because it is a very odd-looking draft. What are they really missing here? They've got like Teamfight. Don't really have the greatest tower hitting. Probably Mirana's the best. Ban out the Invoker. I guess securing the outer towers with the skeletons and Wraith King might be decent for that, but
if he's even the core that
right,
is.
exactly.
Kind of looks like he'll be support, I feel like. Or at least they're hedging their bets on that as Team Secret. They're just saying, what kind of a last pick mid could ruin us a little here? They'll choose Invoker, which I think is a fair guess at that one. Team Secret, they have the mid 1 hero possibly. They have the Fada hero possibly. They have the Ace hero. It could be any 3 of them. The Ember Spirit is still in the pool, and they don't have incredible control for him. There's some issues, like he can't lane versus an Ursa, for example, but they're going to get to see this pick from Newbee first, so Newbee have to ban here with that last pick in mind.
Yeah. I kind of like the idea of like a mid 1 Bloodseeker and then a Fada Clinks and then pick something else for Ace, but do they have good... Yeah, I was going to say Meepo, but no, Wyvern's
that Wyvern's pretty good for that one. Yeah. Fnatic have that one figured out. First pick Wyvern every game, and you can always consider Meepo.
Not so much for the Secret boys. And they are really taking their time with it, Newbee. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that really wrecks them in this draft. I guess you have a couple of heroes that kind of want to stay on one target, particularly with the Ursa. And Wraith King helps to make that happen.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they're currently set up so that this would be a... yeah, okay, so I think it's going to be an SCCC hero here. It'll be like Ursa and the Wraith King in the off lane. It'll be SCCC on the Lina in the mid lane, and then we're going to have probably the Wyvern and the Mirana in the safe. Can mix that up for sure, depending. They could put the Wyvern with the Ursa in the off lane, or they can do Mirana or Wraith King to try and set up for arrows. Looks pretty solid. And you're not going to want to send Clinks or Bloodseeker mid versus the Lina, so... That's why they went for the ban on the TA.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay. Well, one final pick for Secret.
5 seconds.
I guess that's a cool way to do it too, is that, all right, we're going to pick a hero that's really good mid against the 2 cores that you've shown, so it forces those out of that role.
So last time Secret was against the Lina, that was Serenity. I believe we were casting that one, and they took the Dragon Knight for mid 1. He was playing a lot of it at the start of the event. He's picked up a couple more times since, but they definitely slowed down on the hero.
Other ones that they've played out of the mid role, Arc Warden. Not really sure how that matchup looks against Lina, but they're going to go for the puck.
So that must be... I assume it's Fada. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, they're taking their time picking. We'll find out. It's a Yapso or Rubik.
No, you go first. Sure. I don't want to show you anything. Don't pick any of your heroes.
They're looking at Puppy like, you picked us Puck? Do you know what meta this is?
They're trying to make him play it.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Come on, man, please. So yeah, we'll be fought on the Puck. And we'll have an Ace, Clinks, and mid 1 on the Bloodseeker. So Bloodseeker's interesting versus Lina. It's not a 100% like Lina's just going to dumpster you if they decide to even do that matchup. Who knows who's going to what lane, but it is a, like, you got to get your double nukes, you got to hit both of your spells, and use that so the Bloodseeker can't regen up. Downsides to Lina is that she can't really deny the Bloodseeker that easily. Her right clicks are terrible, so if you miss your spells, then mid 1's obviously just going to be able to sneak right in there and regen up off of those creeps.
5 seconds remaining.
That's definitely something to watch for, and I feel like whenever you're playing a Bloodseeker against any hero, really, but particularly one with that high nuke damage, there's a chance you just die, like off of one missed input on your right click or whatever ends up happening. So we'll watch that lane, see how things work their way out. As far as rotating supports,
Rotating Ursa.
yeah.
Interesting. I think the Wraith King Ursa is really strong. I like that as a dual lane. I wasn't sure. I kind of thought the Ursa might be a little bit better in the core role there. Just either way, they're both just going to be these 3.5s. Like, Kaka needs a blink, and that's why it's kind of this weird hero to have on support, because it's not like an Earthshaker who needs a blink. Because, like, Earthshaker, yeah, he needs a blink. But you've seen those PPD Shakers. He doesn't get a blink for, like, 30 minutes, and the game still goes fine, because he just hides in the fog. He soul rings, he's tranquils, he throws out fishers. You know, it was very 2016. It was a great time. Ursa, he can't really do that. He's got to get in there. And it's a lot harder to get in there on a Bloodseeker or a Clinks or a Puck without a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, Puck in particular feels like that one's going to be tough. And I think that they're going to try and probably put the... Well, I don't know.
Look at these spammers. That's CCC and Yapsor. 11, 12, all relics.
Yeah.
You know who's pressuring their captain during the draft. That I can tell you.
Pick me this. I swear it's good.
Dude, I'm so good. Look at my relics.
You
Do you
notice,
see how many 2-hero stuns I have?
Puck does not have a lot of relics. This is not a hero that Fata plays all that often nowadays, at the very least. But sure, a hero that he's very comfortable playing on from his older days. Has a ward going to head out there early. One of the benefits of playing on this Puck is you're going to be able to secure yourself a good observer ward placement in the off lane. Just off the back of the illusory orb. And oh my god, are you kidding me?
It finally happened.
Newbee!
Alright, so I saw some talk about this today.
Oh,
because we were
man.
talking about how there's Io, Ursa, and Wraith King are being picked like on the same team. And now that Wraith King's finally meta and Ursa's finally meta, you can actually attempt this. The first level 1 Roche in what feels like forever.
And they've got the arrow to help assist with this. You do not think that this is a level 1 Roche team at all. Not in the least bit.
This would be the greatest scout in the history of scouts if somehow Secret found this. Good luck, have fun. Oh, buddy. Good luck and have fun indeed. The salves are being traded. They've got one left here on Kaka. Execution again with the arrow.
They have no idea. Oh my god.
Haha, you laugh.
The level 1 Roche. I'm ready for the chat wheel spam. Bring it to me. And this is going to be really good because it's only sharing experience through a couple of these different heroes. And Kaka moving in for the last couple swipes. Easy peasy level 2.
Wow. All right, Newbie. Let's see. So level 2 on the Mirana, level 2 on the Ursa, and it is level 2 on KP2. So, wow, we were talking about having some 2 3.5s. Great way to start it.
Arrow?
By giving them that.
They're going to try and chase it down. This guy's got an Aegis. You think he's stopping for anything at all? Yapsor going to draw first blood. Newbee firing on all cylinders.
Well, this is the best way to start a game. Level 1 Roche. Thank you, Newbee, for bringing us back.
That is not something I would have anticipated from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only downside is that they weren't able to give in that to SCCC and help him in this lane and just get even more domination over top of the Bloodseeker.
Wow, you say that. Good one's taking a couple punches there.
Fata, though. Speaking of punches, he's getting right-click down. He's dead.
I mean, this is an Ursa that's got boots already. And
the bear!
Running around level 2. I mean, how bad... Like, I remember that there were times when level 1 Roche would just end up being, like, almost instant win, it felt like.
Yeah.
Is it that bad nowadays? Like, how rough is this for Team Secret?
No, I don't think it's definitely not as good as it used to be. It used to be you could get all 5 of your heroes level 2, or your Meepo mid level 6. That was the classic. You just left him in the pit alone to finish it. Yeah, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still an extremely strong start. I mean, of course it's going to be. You just get all this nice experience and gold, and even more importantly is that you have a great Roshing lineup. You have control over the pit with the Winter Wyvern, you have the Aura of the Wraith King, as you just saw, and then you have an Ursa. This means that when you're typically getting the Aegis at like 15 minutes, they're going to get an Aegis and a cheese if they can take that.
Yo, think about the refresher shard.
Exactly.
At like,
everything's just pushed up like 10 extra minutes.
KP down bottom, throwing out the stuns, asserting dominance. It's like, yeah, that's right, it killed a big bad Roche man.
And they came in with a plan here. And Kaka's just going to dive till he loses this Aegis.
Newbee, this is like, again, the verge of lower bracket. They need to win these games, both of them. Fata's going to try and pull this creep wave as well.
It's also the last few games before the main stage, and you do not want to try the level 1 Roche on the main stage, because that crowd will give you away. They're going to be screaming their heads off.
That's true. As, again, Kaka just going to zone back Fata and Yapsor. They tried to get the pull off, but it didn't happen. It does look like the creep wave is going to be pulling through, but Kaka? Alright, he's just going to walk at him some more. The support Ursa level 1 Roche. What a time to be alive.
It's a nice meta right now. SCCC has that aggressive ward on the high ground, hits mid one again. 11-3 to the 6-2. This is what you expect. So they're going to go for a little bit of a rotation here with this Invis rune. See if they get oh, that's a something. Oh no! Puppy! Oh no!
And he's going to pay the price as well. The punches, the kill, they are shook.
All right, you gotta reset, man. You gotta mentally fix yourself after that. That is so painful. That career should have been his. He could have helped save this lane for his mid.
3 minutes in, 3-0, 1,000 gold lead. And again, it's not necessarily that it's like actually that terrible of a situation to be in, but it feels like it's affecting him a little bit, possibly.
Do you see this bottle and 2 mangoes coming mid? They're not supposed to be there.
Oh.
That courier shouldn't be alive, man.
Yeah, SCCC, he's going to himself a nice time in this lane, bringing in the bottle. As top yet again, Kaka able to zone back several. Mugi, he's had the freest lane of his life. Level 4, while Rubik is level 2. So is Puck.
Yeah, I've been looking for these strong laners to help out with the Rubik pickup in the drafting phase, and Puck is way stronger than Hero used to be, of course, has pretty high damage. Was considered one of the better mids for a pretty good period, but not enough in that. Nice little play there.
Will not be rewarded with the rune, as
but
it is bottom.
yeah, I'm not sure if Puck's enough to really carry the Rubik, especially when they start 1 level higher, right? That was the big deal.
Oh, mid 1. My God.
Oh, he didn't expect the vision high ground. Maybe he did. Maybe he needed to salve to live, but it's not even worth it.
I think that he was hoping. There was the last right click. If it wasn't a miss, could have been death. Bottom lane by the rune. They're going to pick up the regen on the Wyvern and the chase away for Faith. KP going to give him the punches. Puppy gets the kill. A little +2 for his efforts. But yeah, mid 1 had to walk all the way back home and is just now regenning to head back out to lane.
Well, at least his allies were able to help speed him up there by going in for a gank.
Hey, that happens. And now Kaka just running around the map, bullying everybody. He doesn't care about anything. Honestly, this guy is just happy as a clam, still hanging on to that Aegis. It should be expiring in 4 seconds, and as it expires, it's actually going to run into a lot of the secret heroes and trying to zone out for the bounty runes. Secret get all 4 bounty runes.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, Fada gets back there in time up top just to snag it away from Mugi.
Jace.
Oh, is he going to pay for it, though? No.
They pop the shrine. Thinking about it. Starstorm, the punches. Fata doesn't have orb for 2 more seconds. The arrow's off the mark, though.
Yeah. Even if he survives here, though, he just lost all of his bottle, had to use the shrine, and that'll force him back to the fountain, you'd imagine, as he misses the jaunt down to the low ground. But bottom lane, Kaka limping away here. Going to be giving a lot of damage over to mid 1 in the mid lane.
Yeah, for over 100 right now. And in the bottom lane, they drop down a sentry ward, or an observer ward, actually. They're also bringing back in the Wyvern as they find the stun and ace. No vision for the moment. Instead, they turn on the Yapsor. The lift up gets the stun there onto KP. Newbee just going to back out.
So under a 1k lead right now for Newbee after a level 1 Roche and with 4 kills to 1. Not looking that incredible, not gonna lie. You know, you'd be hoping you build up something a little bit better at this point.
Experience, it looks a little bit better, 1,500.
That's true. And you see Mugi's like level 6, and we have an ulti ready for SCCC too, so a couple dumps of these ults and maybe they'll be alright.
Yeah. Mid 1, no mana right now for Rupture, so not really a threat for SCCC. Does have a mango on him, so if mid 1 happens to drop low, they might be able to find something, and Kaka as well as bottom lane. They find a good bit of damage on the KP. They need to back out of there, but he's just dead.
Yeah, absolutely annihilated. And even Faith, not in the best spot. He has the flight to get out, though, and they actually use the Moonlight Shadow.
Okay.
Maybe just to help secure Faith's escape. Thought they were going to rotate over.
It's kind of weird. It feels like now Secret are sort of in cleanup mode. All right, we had these bad things going on. Ace is just going to run around the map right now and try and make some stuff happen down bottom. They're bringing in both the supports to mess around with it as well, and salvage at least one of these lanes.
Well, Fada also grabbed the wave up top just now, pulled it behind the tower, and this can help secure him 2 waves by virtue of the other one pushing. So big stuff coming up from him, and he really needs it because he's just at level 4. Really doesn't want to take the tome away from your Rubik because that's one of the items that even lets Rubik be played right now, it feels like, as the hero is very weak in the laning phase.
So just farming that back behind the tower in his safe space, but bottom lane is where we've seen the action so far. And I mean, it is kind of showing the problem with this support Ursa. You need other heroes to set up kills for you, and while KP does do a good job of it, they've got a lot of ability to jump away, and well, they're going to try now take down Rubik. He is going to get brought down with one more hit from the Fury Swipes, and well, Ace now turning onto KP. He's dropping down fairly low, but the sick charges will keep him alive as Faith flies
but
away
the
from
Bloodseeker, it's the mop and bucket.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Looks like Faith will be the only one not to be cleaned up here. As he once again glides back to his tower, but once more, that hero living isn't exactly the ideal one.
No. You would love to be able to get a little bit more going in the way of KP, who is, well, fairly far behind Fata, at least in terms of the CS, but experience a little bit ahead still, just because of how rough Fata had it early on.
But that net worth, like almost a 1,500 gold leadish, around 3 minutes. Now it's about 500 for the side secret. Completely recovered at this point.
Yeah. Oh, Faith taking the punches. Cold Embrace. They will have the curse, though, and that should be the death of him. Puppy does a little double back to make sure he gets the +2.
Man, all this action for him is great. Already 6 stolen int.
That's exactly what you want to have for a silencer early on. Level 5, too. Like, he's gotten a ton.
Yeah, he's the same level as his Puck.
This is not normal. We haven't seen, like, Puppy actually get this farmed in a while. Usually it's
Dude, he's angry.
pulls ahead.
After that level 1 Roche.
I didn't see it coming.
How dare you?
Undermining.
Undermining. Oh, they know. All right, smoke up here. Lina looking to use this Laguna Blade. Faith leading the charge with the Arctic Burn.
They also have a big stack down this way, so if they could transition this after a kill into...
Yeah, they got dust here, too.
Rotation onto Ace. Laguna Blade out. Can they find the follow-up? I think the answer is a yes, as the Light Strike Ray and the punch as well. Straight for a second, but only a second.
All right, solid rotation.
And it looks like they want to go in and try and take down the stack.
Now, mid one has the Rupture, but it's not going to be able to go over and contest this.
Yeah, this is tough. And with the Moonlight Shadow as well. I mean, it's a
Oh,
lot
the
less
10-minute
palatable.
rune. Dire have scanned. They knew that Fada was here.
And they're just going to be going for the initiation. How's it going, buddy?
Follow-up arrow. Doesn't hit.
Not quite there on the mark. Punch is coming in, but
He's
out of there.
He got the bounty rune. What a player.
That's what you love to see.
He'll get back into the other one, though.
Roche Cam now, as well as that is respawned. Not going to be as easy to take it the second time as it was the first, I don't believe. I think that Secret are going to be probably pretty prepped for that.
Don't think they'll just leave them alone for a minute while they chuck full distant arrows at it.
So 10-minute mark. Klink's going to start those rotations as well. We'll find Kaka up top. Puck does have 6 as well, so they could make something happen with that Dream Coil if they wanted.
Yeah, so does Yapsor. He's already stolen the Wraith Fire Blast, too. So a little bit of a threat here in the mid lane for KP. He has already skilled up the ultimate, though.
Kaka just hiding away in those trees there. They spot him now, but he's going to head back with the creep wave. And we'll see if
They actually can't stop him from just enraged TPing either. I think that's why they're just not going.
Dream Coil. He's thinking about it, and there's the enraged.
See ya.
If only they knew.
80% damage reduction. But that's fine. I mean, you force an enraged TP with the catapult wave, so that's actually totally okay. Surprised that he TP'd home and not the shrine. Oh, he actually got it. They did not use the body to stop the arrow. Maybe worried about potential follow-up after.
I don't know if they saw it, honestly. He did
Yeah,
it
it's
from
true.
fog as well.
Yeah, it looked like he dodged, but I mean, he might have dodged with that quick reaction before, no time to even process that it's actually better to just tank it.
Rupture, meanwhile, on Faith. Does have a TP, but not opting to use it yet. Winter's Curse TP. All right. Just takes a moment. Makes him think he's going to get the kill.
Oh, that
wait.
was close.
Not going to get it.
If
time.
he wasn't Blood Rage though, so he probably would have survived the volley of Lina.
Yeah. Mid lane, KP is just going to keep up the farm. So far, already has an urn, building towards that Blink Dagger next as Ace is going to find Mugi lurking in the woods. Is there any follow-up as they
So
do
many
go?
leaps.
The global silence. That stops a lot of the leaps, but they don't quite have vision. He's able to jump away, and now Kaka here as well.
Tower is under attack.
It's actually going to be Secret that needs to back out, and no conversion with the first global silence.
This whole time, Yapsor has been given complete free farm mid lane, though. He's got himself now up to level 8.25. Just stole a max level Dragon Slave.
That's great for pushing out waves, following up with kills.
Yeah, help him get farmed in towards his first big item. Currently, he's eyeing up the Yule Scepter. Good way to counter out the Ursa. Just like control him during the fights as well as KP.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And this entire time, Ace has kind of just been roaming around, trying to see if he can make something happen.
Yeah.
Still sitting top 3 of the net worth, though, so showing just how good of a start he had early on as they're thinking about doing something down bottom.
Well, likewise in the top lane, they're just sitting here with Rupture, hoping for an opportunity, but we'll see which side goes first.
Skeletons spawned. Faith, Dusted, Mugi here as well. They're moving into position. They hit Fata with the arrow over on the east side of the fight, and as they chase forward for more, they manage to bring him down. Puck dead already. Mugi also in trouble. Yapsor able to find that kill. But KP just going to try and walk away from here, dancing on the haters.
Faith's in behind here with the curse, but they're just going to back away unless they can set something up for SCCC. So what happened to Fata was that he TP'd right in the face of the Ursa, and he lost about half his HP before he even got to the tower because of the long TP. But Faith now, oh man, mid one playing so cautiously.
That's a good decision too. I mean, SCCC, he can blow him up in a second there.
That's impressive, honestly, the discipline there. Yeah, I think mid one likely would have gone down.
Yeah. Now, good call from the Bloodseeker. And again, a somewhat action-packed-ish game. It's sort of been weird. It's like flurries of actions and then it slows down a little bit.
Yeah.
6 to 7 so far.
And been talking this whole game about how great the Blade Mail looked for the side of Newbee. It's actually going to be a mid one who'll probably be finishing up the first one as they need the Blink Dagger on KP. And Kaka's still working towards his. One nice thing about this support Ursa is that you just get these phase boots, so you can actually be part of rotations, but he's not part of this one. As they're hunting for mid one. Got the vision on him. See him coming to the camp.
They have the Winter's Curse to set up into the arrow afterwards if they want to do it, but it might be a little bit too early. Instead, they just go for the straight-up Light Strike Array.
Yeah, he's blood raged.
All the damage in the world.
That wasn't too
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And that means they do save the Winter's Curse into the arrow if they want. And, well, instead, it's just Puppy. Lost in the woods.
Man, what a brawl of a game. SCCC is the only person who hasn't died yet.
Right now they found themselves Yapsor as well. The Yule Scepter lift up into arrow. A triple kill, the slowest one we've ever seen for SCCC. But it happened.
It was fashionably late, that's all.
Radiant's middle
Ace does get both of the bounty runes, though, so who's the true victor? As Fata will try to bottle up this other one. It's a race against the Ursa. And Fata will be victorious. But Fata? Oh, Fata.
All right. That happens.
That looked like Puppy attacking the courier. Gotta check those mice.
Yeah, a little bit.
a prize.
Well, 6 to 10 now as Newbee continue to take a little bit of a lead in this one. Mid one trying to get his team back on the map. And as they rupture, does he have a TP available? Ursa does, but they're saving that Dream Coil for after the fact if they need to. So the Enrage comes out, still saving the Dream Coil. They are just going to try and beat him down. An angry bear, but a dead bear.
Yep, great play there. Not only it's almost better to TP to try and like force the coil sometimes, but then you're stuck at base, and it's, you know, Fata. The cooldown's so short that won't really matter. But Fata, speaking of which, has his Blink Dagger, so he will beat the Ursa as well as the Wraith King to the punch, and that's going to help him to catch people on these side lanes. But Splinter Blast now here for Yapsor. So many great wave clearing spells to steal.
Yeah. Man, what a great recovery from Fata. For how bad it was going there through the first initial levels, he's had a hell of a game since then.
And now he just needs to try and find some kills going here. A lot of vision left inside the Radiant part of the jungle. You can see a fresh Observer Ward right there and there and there. So ideally, Newbee would like to play around here. We'll see exactly where Secret will be located. But you want to be hopping on here with your Wraith King and with your Lina and just hunting people down. SCCC considering going for the Blink and the Yules as opposed to the Shadow Blade.
Interesting. Well, with the cast range talent, that doesn't mean you're able to blink out of Rupture. It's not that far, right?
Well, there's also a lot of just very squishy heroes on the Radiant side.
Okay.
I think that's the main logic to it, is that you don't necessarily need the Shadow Blade. Although if... Oh, he's just going to buy it. Okay, I thought maybe he just saved it on quick buy in case he was going to die. But yeah, very squishy heroes. So if you like blink, get on top of the Clinks, the Rubik, the Silencer, even the Puck, if you're real good,
Yeah.
might be able to get the kill.
2,000 gold lead already for Newbee. 10-7. And as you said, all those really good wave clearing spells to steal, they kind of keep that pressure out along the top side of the map. There was one D ward in the jungle that we saw briefly, and Secret are now going to smoke up. Don't believe this one will have been scouted at all.
Kind of. There was like wards in the area. They saw people moving.
Yeah.
Scanning.
They sort of seemed to know, but...
Radiant are taking a while to get where they want to go. Are they heading into Roche themselves? No. They end up going for the Soul Ring Diffusal Blade build for Ace. And sitting on the high ground right now is Kaka and Lina.
Radiant Vision seeing all this, of course.
They're just anticipating a movement over for the rune, I guess?
Da-da-da-da-da.
How's it going, guys? All right, see you later. Is Kaka really just... Are they thinking that it's in Roche? There's going to be the Rupture. They walked into this one. They managed to get the Eul Scepter lifted up. Alina is super low. 20 stick charges, not enough to keep her alive. And Newbee just willing to go into this fight now. They are going to end up popping back as KP comes back to life. Can they kill off any more of the heroes on the side of Newbee? It doesn't look like it.
Oh, and Curse
Faith.
kind of wanders in there and wastes it, but... Ouch! That was a bit brutal.
What happened? Why,
It was a very greedy play to go in for the haste rune. Didn't get the wand off in time, even though the Euls dodged quite a bit. Didn't expect the whole team to be there. Thought maybe it was just a couple. Really wanted a haste rune to go for a kill. It's kind of understandable, but Secret just very patient. They get the kill. They secure the area around the Roche pit. And Mugi can only hope with an arrow here. Oh yeah, Puppy. He knows that he's up there though with that vision.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of a unfortunate situation there, and again, it's also one of those like feeling things where you're Newbie, you've been able to feel pretty strong and get into these items. Maybe we can take this fight, and then you just don't quite have everybody there in the right positioning. And Secret was ready.
Yeah, it's still a very close game, and Kaka's also into his Blink Daggers. Like they're basically missing a hero right now. The Ursa's so ineffective without it.
Yeah.
And KP is moving back. Okay, he had the Aghanims queued up. I saw him thinking about it, but now he's gone back towards Treads. How disappointing.
Bottom lane, Fata gonna get killed off there. Eul Scepter to Light Strike Array. Laguna Blade used. Just happens in an instant. As they're going to smoke up on Newbee, heading into the pit themselves, but Secret is here again, up on the high ground. Does Puppy realize what's happening? Does Mid One realize what's happening? I don't think so. They smoked into this one.
Yeah, Skeleton's helping out here, but remember, Mid One, he's gonna be like, that's a lot of damage. Something's happening. Oh, guys, I think they're roshing. Bloodseeker pretty good for that.
Oh, God, and if they just drop down the blood right, like, this is a terrible fight to be in. They get bashed by Roche as well. Ursa's stuck here, the long duration silence. He's dead.
Roche
now
got the kill.
Arrow. Can they find the kill here? The follow-up, there's going to be no global silence. He does not have buyback, dead for 30 seconds. They managed to find the secondary stun there onto Mirana, in trouble. Fata, Cold Embrace, not going to be enough. Newbee losing one as well as Secret, and Roche down to low HP. They bought back on the Ursa to come and take this fight.
He was so close for Blink. And now he's just in here going. Fata's coming in.
They jump in as well. He's enraged. He needs to get this Aegis. The arrow, it connects. It missed Roche. They jump in. They have to take it with KP. He snatched the Aegis because Secret got the kill. They burned through the Aegis. And now Lina up in the air. It is all falling apart for Newbee. Can they do it? The global in the middle of the cast. And now silenced yet again. Secret styling on Newbee.
After all that, how does Puppy still have global?
Well, he died and then didn't have buyback, and he respawned.
So nice for the side of Secret. Newbee, the beginning of the game, the level 1 Roche. That was their plan. That was the way they were going to win it. Roche has other plans in mind, it looks like. Looks like the cheese was even used, too, by the Ursa during that one.
Oh, jeez.
So they lost it all.
Dire's top tower
I am excited for a 30-minute refresher shard, though. That's going to be good.
God, that's crazy. And it was like, I could see her pointing her finger of death.
Yes.
You know, right over there at somebody, but right in the middle of the animation, Puppy came back.
Alright, well, Newbee, they just gotta recoil back into their own part of the map. Try and get this blink dagger on this poor Ursa. Kaka just so close. And here's a little replay for you. Oh, man, that was such a great way to start the fight.
Now, just waiting for that moment.
The bash. Roche taking Kaka's life, getting revenge.
And, like, I think that probably if Puppey survives there, he might not end up using the global. Or he would end up using the global right then. Maybe fight's over.
It was on cooldown anyway. It was just coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
KP just runs in. They start to burn through it. And then the arrow as well. Oh, man. Second one comes through. The bash. Stolen from Yapsor. Ugh.
Yeah. KP then steal, but man, Yapsor just very good on the Rubik. He's making the hero look pretty good, though. Like, the arrow like that, coming in, getting another direct stun off the Wraith King. That's why Rubik can be so ridiculous. You can just keep getting these skills to chain stun people.
Definitely. And suddenly, it's a 3,000 gold lead. This has been quite the turnaround. How do you play now if you're a newbie? Like, you were ahead, you're on these heroes that, you know, still can't find kills, it feels like. Do you need to try and play aggressive?
You gotta regroup. You gotta get your blink daggers up. Like, I think Faith is just gonna buy a blink dagger straight up. And they're gonna have blink on Kaka, they're gonna have blink on Faith on the Winter Wyvern, and there's gonna be a blink dagger on KP's already done. And you just go. You just run out. Get back on the horse.
Alright, I'm with you. Let's see if they are going to do just that. Indeed, as 5 heroes top lane. The silence, it's big. They got the coil as well. Onto 2. Bloodseeker's moving pretty quick right now as they take down both of them. And Faith just like, I don't want to be here anymore. Yule Scepter lift up. The Lina ends up hitting the Light Strike Array to try and slow them down a little bit, but now caught yet again. They lay down the silence on top of it. Good blink away from SCCC. Is going to miss the Light Strike Array there and eventually will be picked up by Yapsor.
They got on the horse a little too early.
A little bit.
That must have been it. Clearly. I don't know. They didn't have the blink dagger yet for Faith, and you can see how desperately he needs one. He just curses his clinks with no one around him. It's like, well, guys, sorry.
5,000 gold lead. This is just ballooning up right now for Secret. 16 to 12.
Yeah. Great initiation from Fada, too, and layering on top these double bubble strats, essentially, with the coil, and then right into the blood rate. Nothing you can do. And then, if you manage to dodge those silences somehow from the Puck or the Bloodseeker, well, how about Global Silence? Good luck dodging that one.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts real bad. They missed the arrow. Fast fingers there, coming from Ace. Able to get away from it. Mid one.
They need stuns here because when you run the support Ursa, you can't rely on the basher. And that's why Ursa's look so good, right? Because he just blinks and he bashes people and people die. But support Ursa, the basher, the blink dagger is already an uphill battle.
Right.
And you finally get that, and then you somehow have to get yourself into a bash or two at a reasonable time. So he's relying on an arrow hitting or an initiation from SCCC, but not finding. And his Secret, again, seems to be reading these movements perfectly. Fada coming through. He has the Eon Disc. He can lead this. He's the one who's not smoked. Maybe trying to bait a bit.
Yeah, they have the global as well, but they're going to be able to find
That's
the silencer right at the get-go. He is dead.
Arrow to Fada, too.
Can they find any more? Mid one, able to jump away with the BKB, still living for the moment. They're doing a lot of damage off to the side here. Can they bring down Mugi? They're trying to jump out, but Ace, now he's finding them in the back lines. Great Cold Embrace, though. That keeps alive Mugi for the moment. So 2 dead from Secret with only the Winter Wyvern gone, and they're going to try and chase Ace.
Yeah, mid one's still just a bit too low to come back in, even with all that speed. And Ace will escape to the best place on the map, of course, the enemy territory, which Mugi not expecting this one.
Oh, the strafe the Diffusal Blade. He does have 2 leaps, though, so got to time this absolutely perfectly. And will he do it? Global Silence. All right, that's what you needed.
Oh, wow, easy mode. That's no fair. What's up with the training wheels?
Got to secure that one.
Really nice play there from Ace. Just taking the aggressive route. Probably just went back, checking the shrine and stuff, too, to see if they were going to be using that. And suddenly there's a low HP Mirana who has no shrine.
It's a good thing there weren't more. Like, he might have killed several if they were low HP coming back to that shrine.
Yeah, in the middle of that global, definitely possible. And I guess that also brings back why he went for the Yule Scepter over the Shadow Blade, is that you have an answer to the Global Silence for SCCC. But you do have to build into a BKB anyway.
Should check out what Yapsor has in his back pocket as well. He's got that Laguna Blade stolen level 2. Might be a time to possibly smoke up and make some action happen if you're Secret.
Yeah, he still has about 2/3 duration left on it, too.
Possibly wait for global, but might not need to. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they just go with coil. That's all they really need, yeah.
So we'll have to watch for that as Newbee trying to rebuild this lead that they had or just at least get back on the board, feels like right now. So they're down 6,000. And Mugi just farming up the jungle for whatever he's worth. It doesn't feel like Secret are in any sense of urgency at all.
No, not really. Looking towards that next Roche would be the big plan. I kind of wish that there was a better front line here. Like, the way the fights would look good for Newbee are these leaps coming in from the Wraith King, from the Winter Wyvern, and from the Ursa, but that means, like, who's being gone on first then? Is it your Lina? Is that what's supposed to happen? Is it your Mirana? These heroes are still very squishy, plus they have to itemize in towards silences too, which aren't really heavy stat items unless you're getting the full BKB. So SCCC, still pretty squishy, and they will find Poppy here.
I think he is... Well, they're actually thinking about TPing in and fighting this. Fata.
I mean, Bloodseeker's close enough.
No man's
Oh,
land.
that's a
They
big
find
stun.
The stun. Oh, the phase shift, though. And now the coil. Onto
Eon
2.
Disc is too good.
They're thinking about chasing this.
Okay, Moonlight Shadow still going to help him.
They have down sentry wards as well. All of Newbee is here. I don't know if Secret want to fight. They have global backup when Puppy's alive, but he does not have buyback.
His Eon Disc got procced while he had an Arcane Rune, too. That is so sick.
Value.
This was a great item choice. He had the bots queued up for a while, and then he just died once to SCCC down bottom on that like random gank from the lean on to the puck, and he was like, huh, if I just buy Eon Disc, my game's going to go a lot better, because they do rely heavily on him for the Dream Coil. It just sets up mid one so nicely, and so much HP just drained away from their opponents, and so much damage and speed added to the Bloodseeker. Wow, they just bought the tome at 28 minutes? Ladies and gentlemen, you got to get those tomes. You got to shift queue those things. That could have been so impactful over the last 8 minutes.
You look at it, too. You're talking about KP going for that Aghanim. He's got the first point booster. Trying to make sure that his team can stay alive a little bit longer after they die. He's also just been spamming the taunt, which is lovely.
True.
Trying to find the stun. Gets them caught, but Fata going to jump away. He's throwing out the coils like candy.
And he has the Eon Disc back now, too. And Faith can be scouted out here, but he will get back. Looks like he was just outside the vision of the Bloodseeker.
Yeah. They instead are going to run into Ace, and Faith gets the lift up there. He has Blink Dagger in just a second.
Ooh.
Nice jump away, and he's going to throw out the smoke rings as well as he gets out of there. So
Okay.
BKB popped for Ace.
All right, nicely done. And BKB now finished up here for CCC.
I like that play. A lot of Winter Wyverns, I feel like, would have just cold embraced and then died because you're stuck there forever.
Yeah.
But sort of waiting it out. It's nice.
And not having to waste Curse, too.
Yeah. Definitely.
So Roche is about to reappear here. We'll see which teams have scouted it. Relatively quick, Roche this time.
It's also the 30-minute bounty runes, Moonlight Shadow, to secure those.
Oh, so he's going to wander in. Oh, it's Roche.
Hello, hello.
So one pick off here could be enough for either team. Fada
They did see
leading
him.
the charge. They need him.
They realize that they're in the area. Now they spot the Roches up as well, so all of Secret in the area. Full knowledge for both teams. They spot out this Winter Wyvern. Gonna blink away.
Yeah, both teams will just lose their sentries.
God, this is so tense right now for Newbee. Again, if they want to make it to upper bracket, they got to win both of these. And you cannot afford to give away anything.
Yeah, you kind of wish, if you're Fada right now, that I think that you buy bots, because he's currently saving up for the Scythe, but someone could be ratting at the moment.
KP, maybe the one that gets an issue on first. He just drops so quickly, but they do have that cold embrace keeping him alive. Jump forward, trying to find Ace as well. They have the enrage already. Fata brings him down low.
Faith
There's
got
the global.
silenced!
He didn't have it. They drained all of his mana also. Ursa going to get ran after, and with no reincarnation, no buyback. Can they take this fight? SC trying to lay into them. He's doing a good bit of damage with that BKB out already. But can they find any more? With mid one done, and Fata actually jumping forward for this. He wanted to kill off the Ursa. They just bring him down.
Oh,
Kaka.
Ursa might die after the fact, though.
He's very, very low. Oh, cold embrace keeps him alive.
And now they're chasing Puppy.
They kill him off as well. No global, no real answer now. Secret, get the lift up as well onto Yapsor, but Ace turns on SC. He doesn't have a Yule Scepter, no teammates. He's just dead.
A bit too hungry there, and that might be enough to kind of stop Newbee. Maybe when KB comes back up, they'll consider going back into the pit, but at that point, the respawns are going to be back up, the Bloodseeker, the Puck, and excellent spacing by Secret coming into that one, but you could see how difficult of an area it was to fight for them because of the Winter's Curse still being available. They couldn't clump up on that staircase at all, so everyone's stuck back on this line, and it's just mid one up on the top of the stairs being focused down.
Yeah. And again, it looks like it could have been good there, like with no reincarnation or anything. And I think that's part of the reason why we've been seeing this Clink go the Diffusal Blade route, at least until you can get up into that level 20 talent for KP, which is a ways away. He needs a while.
Yeah, especially when you're not buying tomes. I don't know. Hopefully they bought this one. I can't tell.
Wow. Killing off Illusion there as possibly Newbee again, eyeing up Roche. Refresher. Shard, always such a boon to any team, but I think in this one in particular, you've got like Winter Wyvern it's amazing for. Lena, you could get the double off. Actually gave the tome over to the Lena to try and get her to level 20 talent.
Okay, yeah, very important one for Lena. Try and get more of that Fiery Soul going.
As they hang around.
We get a replay here too. So nice play by Newbee the way they set this up, right? They have KP way far out in front, clearly the obvious person you want them to go on. That's the dream. So they got that aspect. Faith gets silence there as well as the global silence. So at least that was kind of a double layer happening for a lot of the team, like kind of unnecessary second silence. And this is that area we can see mid one's ahead and watch the spacing in the back line. Fado and Yapsor trying to stay back, but then it's Fado who gets caught with the curse, and that's what helps turn this because he can't perfectly sync up with the Bloodseeker.
And dropping the vision down there as well, right on the high ground, so they could spot all of the movements.
Oh, meanwhile, it's Secret who have gone aggressive. They're going to find a Triple C, but he will blink back. And then now, Secret are very aggressively postured, and Newbee are back in the pit. And so they get the scan.
Ace is like, all right, if you guys aren't here, I'm just going to go for your buildings.
Yeah, Winter Wyvern now coming back, thinking about holding this, has the blink, has the curse, and
they're bringing
Secret
Fata as well. They see them all. If they try and
they're gonna
back at this
cancel!
point, they're going to be in trouble. They don't have a way out. They're caught there with the coil, but they managed to take down Roshan. Still, Faith is keeping the high ground safe for the moment.
Mid one was trying to TP back, but he got Winter's Curse, which also caught Puppey and Ace, so no one else could return to the pit.
All right, Enrage is there for Kaka. Is going to need to pop it right now. And, well, you know, I think you're willing to take this loss on Kaka for what you just gained.
Yeah, as long as everyone else gets out, it's going to be fine. But what a play by Faith to head back there and stop the potential TPs. Secret caught out there, maybe a bit too aggressive, and they lose a very important engagement near the Roche pit. Well, I guess the engagement was versus Roche, but either way, Secret weren't there, which counts as losing. And the Refresher Shard is now prepped here for SCCC.
Yeah, really good play. And, you know, you can see it coming from both ways as well. I think that Faith, I mean, both the big Winter's Curse down there by the Shrine as well as the other one over here to the side, making sure that they weren't able to take the Tier 3 tower. Just really top-tier supporting this game and showing why Winter Wyvern is such a highly prioritized pick in this tournament.
Yeah, and Dota Plus there you can see keeping this close, 55-45. In a very tight race for the group standings.
What's Ace gotten into next for himself? Has the Hurricane Pike, top of the BKB. Mugi also getting into the BKB. And
oh, I like this Yapsor going for the level 20 talent, the 300 telekinesis land distance. Very good when you're using things like the Blood Right on the ground, controlling the area, and then also for snapping that Dream Coil.
That man almost has an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, he's been given a ton of space in this game.
That's what you like.
He's also performing very well. He's 6'3" and 12, so.
You know, I've heard his Rubik is pretty good.
Someone's got to make this hero look good.
Fata's going to try and get these waves pushed out as well. Another one of the heroes that's just kind of fallen off for a while and haven't seen a ton of play, but showing that still can be viable.
Yeah, I think it fits this idea of like the 3.5, where you have an offlaner, but then you kind of have this secondary support that scales really hard into almost being another core. And Puck's good for that because there is this split pushing. We've seen support Pucks in the past work like this too, but look at this range of mobility they have.
They're trying to isolate one. The Hurricane Pike gets him to the high ground, though. Mugi pops the BKB after the Winter's Curse. They manage to find this done. There's Gilly, but she does have also the Refresher Shard.
Oh, and the bashes.
SEC wants to go in for another round. Ace isolated. They're able to take him down. Fata also going to be ran after with the Andus. Keeps him alive a little bit longer, but they might still be able to find the chase with two already dead. There's the Winter's Curse. Did they pass that one over? Did he have the Refresher Shard? Am I crazy?
Too good, baby. Yeah, they hand it right on over. Nicely done.
Oh, man.
And the mobility that's here, too, from Faith. Like, that Blink Dagger, such a good call to go back for that and not finish off the Aether Lens that he was thinking of. He's done
like,
so much
worry,
work
guys.
since getting it.
Don't worry, guys. I got my axe. It's fine.
Oh, man. I don't know. That will make a big difference if he can have the opportunity to steal these. But the problem is he still has no true mobility at him. He has a Yule Scepter, but it can be difficult. At least the range is ridiculous. Well, that was some
pretty
good
sick.
teamwork. The
That was
Ward and
great.
the Laguna Blade. Yeah, Aghanims is pretty nice for that.
That was pure damage.
850.
Whew.
He's like, guys, there's a ward there. They de-ward it now.
I mean, that's huge, right? I don't know if it necessarily stops the push from coming, but at least, like, they might be able to. Ace appreciated it.
He deserves the tip on that one. But you're starting to see this gold filter through into the items on the dire side. A BKB for the support Ursa. Kaka did so much work in that last fight. Bashes exactly when they needed them onto Ace. And the Enrage went during the whole Hurricane Pike duration, which is a big part of the burst damage coming from Ace right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and here's a replay here. So it starts off with Faith coming from the high ground with that Blink Curse. Instantly started.
Yeah, very solid.
And then you can see Kaka with the Enrage gets it off before the silence. And yeah, I'm not even sure when they pass this thing over. But there it is. Pop
Is
from
that when they
Faith.
must have done it.
Yeah,
Jeez. Because I didn't see it on him at the start of the fight. He might have had it.
it's true.
30
But we're just going to say they passed it over because that's way cooler.
That really is.
Yeah, so we'll go with that.
It's the better storyline. Kaka, level 20 now on the support Ursa. Enrage duration is the pickup. And you can see, I mean, again, it feels like it is so topsy-turvy, and it depends on how these team fights start. Do you feel like either side is pulling ahead of the other?
I just love how we're still calling it support Ursa when KP's level 17 and has
Yeah,
about 50
that's
less
fair.
lasted. So.
That's fair. I guess it is more support, Wraith King.
Yeah,
Condolences to everybody that picked KP in their fantasy.
that would be me,
Oh, no.
I think. I don't recall anymore. Oh, I got my boy Fada, actually. Yo, let's go. Puck, please. Yapsor, can you hand over some farm? So he didn't go for the bots. He has the Scythe, and are they looking for a smoke here? I believe we are. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, whoa. What a scan from the Dire. Perfectly places them all.
No. I mean, it's not
Oh, that
complete
arrow is
vision,
an ace.
but they do find him.
It's tempting. It's like, there we go? And they're not so sure about it.
I mean, the initiation range that you get from Faith is just so huge
Yep.
that, like, you've got to be careful as Secret at this point.
Well, they're also playing with the night vision talent, too, which is super helpful.
Right. That extra little bit of range, you can see them. And 40 minutes into it, it's still feeling neck and neck. One or two big steals from Yapsor. A big winner's curse here or there, depending on who you find.
Very patient play from Newbee. They see no one really pushing out this wave. Now they see it's just orbs happening like this and the puck blinking back. They're probably going to ditch and assume that no one's actually coming. But giving a lot of respect here to Secret.
Looks like they're trying to double up on Sheep Six as well, as Ace has that one queued up. But still a ways away from picking it up. He might change that over in a little while. And Newbee just going around his 5. Do not want to get one hero picked off away from the rest. You also have that Wraith King talent in just a few levels.
KP's still dancing. It's good.
Loves to.
Yeah, but the skeletons. You going to forego your friends like that?
It's true, man. I think so in this game. I'm
I think
fine getting rid of
as
him.
long as he gets the no reincarnation mana cost, I'd like to see him get the blade mail next.
Okay.
Because very handy.
Secret's done a good job of, again, setting up these lanes into a good position and dodging away from the strength. I mean, SCCC still has the cheese. And they do have that ag stun for KP, like we were talking about.
Well, they're holding the high ground over here. But Yapsor will show the orb goes through. That's going to let them know they're all there.
Yeah. And they actually ping out where they think a ward is as well, but it's just a sentry up top.
Yeah, you have to put a sentry there as the radiant because you have a gem, but you can't actually see up there without it.
Yeah. Yapsor hanging on to that Laguna Blade. It is going to expire in just a few as the smoke comes out. He'd love to get this one off before the fight.
Shiva's
really
Guard
breaks
delivered
out.
SCCC.
The pings are there, and Fata realizing people are in the area. They are walking into a sentry ward that's up on the high ground, but they find him. Bloodseeker right at the start. There's the global that comes out after the fact. They jump in with Fata, immediately going to be hexed, but he gets the Aeon Disc off, and now trying to chase down one. Mid one in trouble. Can they kill off any? They turn their sights now onto Ace, trying to bring him down low as Fata still getting brought down. Faith, SCCC, and Mugi, they're caught on one side of
Ace
the
in the back
engagement.
line.
Can they actually take them down? Ace is just destroying them, burning through that mana, but now he's isolated away from the rest of his team. Mugi down low, but he gets the cheese off. Great reactions, able to get it in time. KP, he's coming back in just a second as a big spooky ghost, and they're running these heroes down. SC is still living through this, able to find the kill, 4 dead, but meanwhile Fata picks up another one. That salvages this in a lot of ways.
Tower is under attack.
Couple of heroes going down right near the end there. 1,250 gold for Fada. Pretty even spread across the board. Very even experience. You can see about 1,800 for 4 of the heroes on Newbee, so they get the gain overall. But individually, that's almost 6k experience for our now level 24.5 puck.
Are you kidding me? All right, that puts him in a really good position. I mean, he still has a ton of room to grow on this puck. And getting into that 420 GPM talent, I mean, it's a game changer. Start handing out moon shards.
Yeah, I think so. Roche is going to be respawning in 1:40, so this Ursa illusion will not be able to scout out the whole thing. And we'll get a replay here. I think the problem for Secret and why this wasn't a total cleanup is that they just did not get the initiation they wanted. Not that it was that great from Newbee either, but Fada didn't get any sort of a big Dream Coil or a Hex off.
Yeah, and they popped the BKB there, wanted to try and focus down one. And it was a good play by Ace also to go for the wraparound here, seeing if he can catch them on the backside. But Newbee, again, they just stay together as this ball.
Very, very clumped up there. Kaka was like hitting Ancients there for a bit, but yeah, Mugi.
And I think
that
did he
cheese
get
was so
blood
close.
raged also? Yeah, that's the cheese. Or Razor's Edge.
Silence.
Everybody's so low. And, you know, the Wraith King Ags putting in some work.
So there it is, the 420 GPM picked up. And Tomes returning, another one picked up at 43 minutes. You need some sticky notes on those Newbee monitors, man.
Oh, yeah.
Tomes, 10, 20, 30, 40. Don't let those things sit around.
Gotta stick with them. They went for the Cold Embrace cooldown on Wyvern for the talent at 20. One of the spells that's been able to keep heroes in this game, it feels like. There is still a lot of magical damage coming out from Secret right now. But part of the hero that's kind of feel like it's been overlooked, particularly in the laning stage.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely still the weakest part of the hero in most games. And this one, it's pretty good. Other than the bad setups for a couple of the spells from the Radiant, it is saving people virtually every single fight versus Ace. Unfortunately, the talent's still pretty terrible for the Arctic Burn slow, so we'll get the Cold Embrace.
You see that Clinks is right nearby as he picks up that Arcane Rune and runs away.
Can't believe Kaka actually got into that Abyssal Blade. I thought that was a pretty lofty goal at the time he had queued it up, but with now a 1k lead and leading this game, he'll have it for himself.
Roche back up again. It's got another Refresher Shard. But it does seem like if you're going to try and go in for that, it needs to be off the back of a couple of pickoffs. And Fata pushing out this top lane here. They run into a Mugi. He gets the sheep stick off, but there's the Winter's Curse. And now with the global to follow it, they're just going to start pummeling into this guy. Managed to get his Aeon Disc proc, and the jump away, not going to happen. Put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, they'll just dump everything on him, and then there you go.
Oh, because Roche, it's happening. They're trying to take this down, and I mean, he pulled them all the other side of the map. This is huge for Secret. That is such a good play. He comes back in and secures them the Roche.
Okay, we got a game.
I'd like to see him maybe give that one over to Fata since he doesn't have buyback. But, I mean, if you're going to go in as Bloodseeker, why not?
Alright, so goals for either team at this point. True itemization now for Yapsor with the Blink Dagger. That's a pretty big deal. I think the split push is going to end up becoming a problem for Newbee. Feels like Fada's going to have that pretty well on lock. They're going to need some Boots of Travel starting to be picked up here, I feel, for SCCC and Mugi. But that's, of course, going to open them up to some much riskier split pushing situations. Like, you saw what it took for them to kill Fada.
Yeah.
It took virtually everything. And every time he's Aeon Disc up, it's going to be very difficult for 2 or 3 heroes to kill him.
Well, and it only gets more difficult as the game goes on. This guy going in for more defensive items has a Lincoln Sphere queued up as well. And he's going to get it rather rapidly.
Yep. Look at that GPM go. Jeez. Puck is rich. Oh, he switched over to the Aghanims. Also a great choice. All these BKBs.
Yeah, they don't have many ways to try and like break it through BKB. Obviously, if Rubik can get the lift up as they're caught in the coil, it's pretty good. But nonetheless, it's only about a 1,000 gold lead. The more important thing is how are you taking these objectives? And Secret have taken all of the tier 2s. Newbee still have all of the ones remain to be taken. Got to get in there. It's not easy though.
No, and Faith trying to put down some wards, but gems abound here. Looks like for the Dire side, they currently own the only one. Yeah, they own both. Okay.
And look at this. Like you force so many rotations. Clinks comes in. If your waves aren't pushed out, then this building took about a third of its HP in just like a couple of seconds. Sheep stick. All right.
Got to get those catapults, man. they hurt the tower.
Yeah, that's true.
Trying to help your friend.
Get him out of here. And
Secret have
again,
been playing very patient this whole game, and I don't expect that to change very soon.
Newbee just playing together as 5. Over and over again. Not wanting to give anything away. I don't know. So what's sort of the answer for this split pushing style that we're seeing from Secret? Do you need to split up and try and get waves pressured out? Do you need to try and smoke and anticipate their movements?
I think they're just playing really cautiously with Fada, where like they're not even leaving Fada really on his own anyway. So it's not like the split push is getting out of hand.
Right.
They are going to go for the smoke play though, and the orb will maybe lull them into the false insecurity.
Mid one's kind of in no man's land, but that ward would have spotted him if they moved too far forward. Pick up a haste rune. I think that one was within vision. No, not quite.
No.
So instead, it's just going to be a backup. Farm up some more. Get into that next set of items. But they are farming against a puck that has the 420 GPM talent.
It's true. Helping out his allies, getting some bots, probably into some bots too at some point too. Making sure that Fada can be there for every single fight. I did like the Lincolns, if he wants to go back for that and ditch his bottle.
I wouldn't mind seeing something like a Dagon too, just like finish off these heroes. How many times have we seen everybody just like incredibly low?
Looks like they're going for a counter smoke here potentially with Fada returning mid.
He's getting close to that level 25 talent. There is a scan going to be off the mark. But they were also underneath this ward. This ward is so good in the dire jungle.
Oh yeah, from the high ground there. That's a very sneaky one.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, like you have to commit your own observer ward up there, but they're gonna know if you do.
Well,
So Clinks
there
has
they
a
go.
scythe, Puck has a scythe. Yeah, I think they saw them put them up there. It was pinged like right when it got put down.
Okay. Faith, they're moving over. They anticipate Fata over in this area. Does he go for it? Doesn't look like it yet. They don't have the nighttime vision. They look for him. Fata, he's out of there. Oh, so close.
Yeah, that was your Puck with no buyback for 3.5 minutes, I believe. So, bit dicey there.
Lena doesn't have a TP scroll ready in there. They're about to start pushing this up a little bit.
It's true. I'm not sure if they know though. But Ace is gonna force them.
And that's a tier 3 tower dead.
Okay, shrines are ours.
Hex as well.
On
Just
the Kaka.
steal Enrage and run away. That's an Ags Enrage. That's pretty good.
That is so sick for a
Oh
Rubik.
my god.
You just can't initiate on this guy.
Yeah.
They have no way of dealing with that.
So the Aegis is going to expire, but it is also going to be one shrine down as Secret sort of slowly building up this lead. And to me, at least, it feels like they're kind of in complete control of this game.
They are, but they also can't fully dictate a high ground push at this point. The team defense from side Newbee is very brutal. Like, you have to kill everyone 3 times, essentially, because they're all going to have buyback, and they're all going to be Wraith forms. And they're just going to be clumped up in their high ground. You have to fight into Winter's Curse and Moonlight Shadow. There's a really hard high ground push.
Yeah. Of course, you keep on trying to push into that one. You throw away a lead a little bit once or twice, and suddenly this game looks even again, or possibly swinging back into the favor of Newbee. Puppy.
Oh, he went
And
for
when it
the
gets
arrows.
initiated on right at the start, he's just dead.
Arrows over the Moonlight Shadow.
That's what
Very
we've been seeing
interesting. Yeah, we saw a couple times today, but that Moonlight permanently is so irritating to deal with. However, going high ground, it doesn't help you all too much, so I guess I can understand. Curse onto the high ground from Faith. He really wants to go into Yapsor. But Yapsor has the Enrage, remember.
Well, he gets arrowed, still hanging on to it for the moment.
And he actually popped it.
And instead, it's going to be a steal of the Wraith Fire Blast, pulling him pretty far back. They have the Rupture as well. KP standing still for the moment. I don't think he's too concerned. And in the meantime, they were also pressuring the top lane while Fata's cutting through creep waves, threatening the courier.
Can't quite get it, and yeah, KP was able to just walk away eventually. And Ace. Well, let's see if they catch some heroes on the way back. All right, well, Fata obviously making his presence known here, and it's the full ball of Newbee coming. Ace boldly staying ahead.
DD for Kaka.
Also a gem on that Ursa. Ace has to be a little bit careful. Oh, that triple arrow.
Oh my God, just running.
It's on him!
They saw him. Oh
triple
my God,
arrow!
the vision! They catch Ace there. He pops the Enrage to try and run him down. Can they find this? It doesn't look like
He's
it.
a bit too slow on it. Wow, the triple arrow just about got them a very important kill. Bottom lane, Fata doing his thing.
Newbee just being pulled around the map at this point. Like, even if you get a moment that looks like it could be good, spotting out the Clinks, trying to run him down, it's too tough.
Yeah, and Fata is going to commit in for the Lincoln Sphere. Definitely like this choice. Doesn't have buyback anyway, but he's still just... Yeah, he's only 200 away.
No, it's just a couple minutes.
Dire are scanning.
It's a sheep stick for the Lina as well. Everybody getting farmed in this one, and they drop the Winter's Curse. Would have loved to have that Lincoln Sphere just a second later. The arrow not going to connect. Late strike array possibly there. They have the Aeon Disc and then the jump away.
He's
Fata's
so
fine.
hard to kill. It's virtually impossible.
And this is before the Lincoln Sphere. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be a tough one. Well, 53 minutes into the game, and it is still only 1,000 gold lead.
Yeah, and we're back to the same old story. 30 seconds until Roche is up. I don't know. Secret got duped once for a Newbee Roche, and then it felt like Newbee got duped for a Secret Roche, and maybe this time the Roche will just be the actual battleground.
Vision-wise, there is one ward in the area for Newbee, but it's Secret that hold a really cool one over here to the side. Kind of gets good vision over the whole area.
Yeah, they have to put these sneaky wards because they don't have the gem. So they're trying to find areas where you can put wards that aren't scouted by someone just walking past the gem. And they've hit like 4 or 5 spots already, which is very impressive that they have these already.
The other danger is it's always a possibility that Ace just pushes in. So you're going to have down bottom Fata trying to push that in, but they have found another one. Yapsword just dead.
Oh,
now
they get their gem back.
Although they're base. They're based at the meantime. Fata's pushing in one side. They've got Ace pushing in the other side.
Oh, the Searing Arrows multi-shot, so devastating. And there's, again, not a TP for SCCC. They can't see that, though. And so it's just Fata who gets the majority of the chip damage. Ace will run into the Lina here, who's on her own. But he's not going to be feeling too confident to go after that, I wouldn't imagine.
This entire time, Silencer's been holding on to the Refresher Shard as well, so they do have
DD
double
rune.
global.
Ace has got to be thinking about things. Oh, in here. It is
Fata.
Fata, though.
They have the Rupture down as well. That's the coil onto 2, seeing if they can find the kill. One global silence is already up at the DD rune. Look at it go to work. They did not stand a chance, and they have themselves another global if they need it, as Puppey did pop that one, and Ace is just sitting over here laying into them. They do manage to find him, though. SCCC trying to bring him down low. Can they kill him off? Still running away. Ace trying to deal with this. He still hasn't popped his BKB. Finally does now, and mid one on top of Mookie. They're laying into them as he jumps forward into his death. They kill off Puppey,
So
but
many
it might not
buybacks.
be worth it. Another buyback comes out. Absolutely everybody from Newbee is buying back. A triple kill for Ace as they chase forward for more. Does Lina want to buy back too? I don't know if this is a fight that they can take anymore, but KP and Kaka keep running forward. That was huge for Secret.
Yeah, that is 4 buybacks for Newbee, 2 for Team Secret, and well, Secret only gained about 500 gold, but it's a 5k loss for the side of Newbee. That cost 2,300 gold for Amarana between the death and the buyback.
And you know, as always is the case in these late game scenarios, the biggest thing is that cooldown on the buyback. Only Lina has it now. And they're trying to go in for Roche, but Bloodright is being spammed from outside, and Kaka going in for this. He does have his level 25, so the status resistance is what he's decided to go for. They throw in missiles, they throw out everything, and Hex for the moment, they managed to find the Winter's Curse onto 1, but is it going to be enough? Ace is still just trying to tear them apart, and Kaka taking a lot of the brunt of this damage. The Hurricane Pike to push him back as well. And meanwhile, mid one just rolling forward. They're going to, again, Cold Embrace Kaka, doing a lot of value in this one.
They
but
gotta
can
get
they kill
Ace.
him off? That's actually going to be Yapzor dead as well for 2 minutes. Ace is just completely destroyed them. Do they have any control? Do they have anything at all? They can see him, but the Wraithfire Blastic goes out. No! He went out of vision! And now dodging the arrows. They don't know where this guy went. They're all running the wrong direction. Oh, no.
He stood tall for so much that fight. Just able to stand there. I can't believe how many of them survived. Newbee were just able to ignore him. I thought that fight was going to be a lost cause for sure. But now they're back in the pit. They've driven off Secret. Buyback is still ready for the Clinks and the Bloodseeker, but they can't get into this engagement. And that's going to be Age's Cheese Refresher. And the creeps are banging at the tower. Faith will TP the mid, and Ace is going for the play. He wants these racks up here.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. He needs to be so careful, though. He's going to instead go for the Winter Wyvern first because he knows a Winter Scourge would destroy him. There's the Hex. There's the jump, the silence, and soon to be the kill. Can they get out, though? It looks like possibly arrows. It's not going to be there.
Looks like KP missed his blink. Got stuck in the trees. It'd be cut out there, too. So it might have been another avenue cut off, but
A prize.
They maintain the gem. It's on the Wyvern.
also not losing the rack's pretty important, too.
That's a good one. 8,000 gold lead for Secret, but it's also them that's been sort of pulled into this buyback wars. Right now, the only ones with buyback in the game are the Clinks and the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, and Newbee have all the bad timers going. So there is a chance that once Puppies is up, perhaps, they want to start pressing forward a little bit. However, the fact that they got the Aegis, the Gs, and the Refresher on the Dire is likely going to be enough to just hold back any threats from Secret. KP has turned himself into quite a beast now, too. Like, the fact that he has this Aghanim Scepter, he has the Refresher Shard, so he didn't go for the Reincarnation Mana Cost, and I think it was because he wants to be, like, focused down by Ace. Like, Ace is... It's pretty hard for Ace to Diffusal through 1,300 mana, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
It should be fine. I don't think it's a big deal. He has a Scythe.
The Sheep Stick, that's the...
It'll be okay. So now he is double Scythe, and then possibly double Ult, although that's pretty unlikely because you're probably going to want to use both your Scythes like in tandem or something. So we're pressing forward now with the Global Silence. Everyone here. Ace with the DD. They maybe could try and start a fight mid. Ace is going to hope there's no detection here.
There is a Sentry Ward down.
Ace just goes high ground under the vision.
They're thinking
Look
about
at
it.
his racks go.
They're just completely gone, but they find the Hex out from KP and now isolating him. They're turning into Ace, and he's down low. BKB out, he's able to walk away on the other side of it. KP, or Kaka rather, brought down low as well. SCCC is not able to find Puck in the face
he
yet,
gets him
but
the
there's
stun.
the stun. Nicely done. Mid one also running. And it looks like they're going to get out. Although, KP Chase.
They were so close to killing Ace.
Refresher blink, do it. No, that's just a single blink, and there's going to be the Hex follow-up. Mid one. They don't realize he's there. There's the second Hex. They got him caught.
Oh, they don't want Silencer anymore.
This is a big kill, taking down the Bloodseeker, and heals back up. After the fact, Yapzor also is dead. Secret is falling apart.
In bottom lane, Ace is trying to make a play on the Winter Wyvern.
Can they kill him off? Oh my god, Ace. You can't keep letting him get away with this. He is just running wild in this game.
Oh, KP's going to try and make a play. He's got the gem. He's got the blink. Oh, can't quite get him, though. Good juke by Ace. In fact, he's going right back up to the other rack. Don't you do it.
Oh my god.
I thought the madman was going to go back in, but he's just going to the lane.
Man, and still, like, the fact that you right now have 2 heroes dead for 70 seconds with no buyback, and it
Puppy.
feels so hard to do anything at all, although Puppy chased does not
So I
have...
was wondering what happened there, but his Eon Disc, the stash resistance actually
wait a
ridiculous
minute.
against the bash.
Ace shows up, though, and just turns to Kaka. He pops his BKB. He doesn't have enraged, though. He's going to lose the gem.
That status resistance just saved Puppy so hard. That was ridiculous. You think you can just combo someone down so easily as Ursa, and he just starts walking again.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah, that's pretty rough. And they don't have buyback on either the Winter Wyvern or the Ursa, but Newbee still smelling blood and feeling like this is something they can do at this point. Mugi is so strong.
Yep. He has a minute left on this Aegis, but it doesn't make you feel that safe right now, I don't think, though, because like if he goes down here, I feel like he's just going to be stuck for a second one. But the
Wait.
buyback's not going to come out for mid one.
And look at Ace again, turns forward. They try and lay into him. Jumps forward.
Okay, so he'll pop his BKB for that, and that means he might just err on the cautious side here for a bit.
61 minutes. 6,000 gold lead for Secret. But the respawn times and, more importantly, the buyback status is soon to be in the favor of Secret.
That's going to even us up here, though, in terms of potential for taking shrines. Now Newbee can go on down and get the one near the Roche pit for Team Secret and try and control up that next fight, because that's basically where we're at now. We just think about Roche all the time.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, we started with Roche. We'll end with Roche, probably. That's how this game goes. Level 25 talent for that Lina. Anybody else that's not 25 yet?
No,
Just
we're all there.
Puppy.
Oh, sorry. And Puppy.
Poor Puppy.
So yeah, plus 2 second global silence. That seems pretty sick with these BKBs winding down. Don't think he's got quite enough damage for the glaives to be worth it.
Probably not. Now the Syrian multi shot, we've already seen it. And the Blood Right cooldown for the Blood Seeker. Been able to spam that to great effect. We have the Splinter Blast 2-second stun as well.
Has fallen.
And then the Wraithfire Blast with the Reincarnation.
If YapzOr manages to get Laguna Blade, that is going to be disgusting. That is so much damage.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Gonna need to guard that one really, really well. So
Newbee feel the desire to leave their base. 2 heroes showing, backed up by allies nearby. I would love to see an Eon Disc on Faith, too. I feel like he's still very crucial. He was the one who was winning them those mid-game team fights. And they're going to need him once more, and that would help for these ace solo pick-offs, too.
He's also getting into the buyback status. Pretty much, it's only going to be Lina in a second without it.
That triple arrow almost connected onto YapzOr, but it gave them the vision. Pinged out now from Mugi.
I mean, that's the thing that's so strong about it. It's not even the hit.
But at the same time, you know, practically infinite Moonlight Shadow is also pretty good vision, especially because they keep winning the gem battle. I mean, it's currently on Puppy, but he's not always going to be in the front line.
And if he is, you're pretty happy with that. Just blow that guy up.
Yeah.
Oh, Winter's Curse. Stolen Winter's Curse. Scary situation. And Winter Wyvern dead. And that's what you're talking about, that Aeon Disc. Would have been nice.
Ooh, that is a nice ticket to high ground. Bots 2 is now purchased on Fada, but he doesn't have them. They're back in the base.
I mean, that's like the best high ground defense ability that Newbee have right now is Winter's Curse, and now Secret have it and they don't.
Bit of an issue here.
Identifying these timings so key to being able to win these late game team fights. And the last tier 3 tower soon to be taken as it's only on 18 HP in the mid lane.
So the cheese is on Kaka, and the shard is on KP. Double scythe is what we're looking for. And there's the bots too.
Wow. The initiation comes out. A long lift pulls him away. KP going to be coming back in just a second. The Wraithfire Blast is there as well. The Light Strike Ray connects, but there's the Sheep Stick going forward onto the Lina. Resetting the fight.
Only a 40-second CD now for KP, so not a big deal. That's basically just a creep wave away, right? They still have to wait for that to come back, so just nuke the next creep wave and you'll be fine.
Again, buybacks. Everybody has it right now except for the Ursa, and they're hoping to be able to hold off on buying back on the Winter Wyvern. When Wyvern's back, we'll have Winter's Curse available.
Oh, Ace is in. There's no detection.
They have the Hex, though, right away. He's just dead.
He just got jebaited so hard. They had the gem on the Wraith King that whole time.
Oh, my God. And now Puppy. They need to get out of here. They have Global, but YapzOr did steal Laguna Blade. That is a ton of damage.
He just walked up there. They thought the Lincolns would be enough.
No, it clearly was not, and now they've found themselves another one. Silencer also dead. They both have buyback. KP refreshes. Thinking about chasing, but was silenced. In top lane, you've got Faith just defending against the push from the creeps.
I think they were trying to find some sort of a cheeky play with the Blood Raged Rubik, right? Because he had Blood Rage and he had the Stolen Laguna Blade. And maybe the two of them, they're going to go for a solo play. They can easily kill Faith. Wow, Ace just got blown up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The only problem is that they can't really push out and get too much done, so it's only a fight inside your own base. It's not the end of the world for Team Secret.
Wouldn't it be crazy if that ended up?
Oh, there they go. Oh, just look, the Lincolns popped on SCCC. Couldn't get off the lift in time.
I mean, it really is like that those couple of kills haven't changed the game that much. Like, nobody had to buy back. Oh, Hex. Wraith King. Wanting to chase, but not happening. And Roche going to be assaulted now. And this does change things, as Newbee going to be able to secure themselves another round of Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard.
Yeah, shouldn't be an issue here.
Still
13,000 HP looks like nothing.
There's still 2 tier 2 towers on either side lane. Like, Newbee have a lot of objectives left to claim. That plus the shrines.
And all 5 buybacks. For both sides, but more importantly, just like for Secret. In terms of if you actually try to push high ground, go for some game-ending play, it's
Yeah.
not going to be that easy.
Definitely feels like the right play here. Get some vision down, secure these objectives, and it is going to be the puck going back for the Dagon now.
So that'll remove the Lincolns from the inventory, though.
Maybe you can swap it in after the Aeon Disc procs or something.
Yeah, or the ulti too, the other option. Just throw your Dream Coil and then switch out your eggs.
Yeah. But it is Kaka beaten into this along with SCCC. They throw out arrows. Apparently, Dota Plus favoring Secret at the moment, as bottom lane is pressured in from Ace. And it looks like Newbee are going to be content with their push along the top side of the map.
Yeah, it's hard not to favor the team that seems to have the better split push, and I think we can give that to Secret. Just the way Fado's been playing this whole game, having the bots too, just constantly going later and later. He has so much gold that he is almost to the point where he buys moon shards. Like, it's just this last Dagon recipe, and he's just hit the surplus for it. So, yeah, Fado cannot carry the gem though. He's way too rich for that.
Definitely
for
should
sure.
be buying wards though.
That's true. That is the worst feeling.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it. So they have 3 minutes on the Aegis, and I don't know if Newbee are going to feel confident trying to go for just a straight-up high ground push. I mean, I guess in a way, Secrets isn't as scary to push into as Newbee is.
Yeah, these games get into this weird moment where you just look for somebody out of position, and it's not like a good ward-based game, really, when it gets this late in Dota, because you don't have these typical, like, smokes that lead into a bunch of wards laid down, and then someone has to be there by themselves pushing and stuff. It's just, late-game Dota gets weird. It's all different, and it's all just over in a flash.
Yeah.
Like, a team fight will just erupt in the oddest place because of a single, like this courier just, like, floating by to a certain part of the map. You know, any ward that spots with that courier going, that's kind of stuff that can just give away an entire game. Fortunately for Newbee, there's nothing there.
But Newbee is spotted here. Kaka by the ward, which they missed with the gem.
All right, both teams heading towards the other's base. Mid one will lose the game of chicken and return first.
And as far as TPs go, they have bots on just about everybody, so Mugi can start to assault this tower.
Ace is going to get that Rax, though. If they can just hold them here, Fado, oh, I know that's got to be tempting.
This
a 5-man Dream Coil. Is he going to stop this TP?
He's thinking about it. No, they're not going to go for it.
They can't see. They force out the glyph top. They were in prime TP canceling position, but Secret again patient.
That Shiva's guard just barely clipped him, so he knew Lina was there, at the very least.
Well, you know Secret just took a timer on that glyph for sure, so it's going to be another 4.5 minutes until that's going to be back for the side of Newbee, and now we play the rat game. Fada in one lane, Ace in the other. Try and create a scenario where you can easily chip away these buildings. And
yeah, and again, it's just like, it's one of these things where you just have to play it as perfectly as you can. 180 gold for the bounty rooms there, because every single game matters for these players. Like, you want to get out of lower bracket if you're Newbee right now, and Secret likewise, not wanting to drop anything at all, because there's a chance that they could fall into it.
Yeah, the best thing Newbee have going for them, honestly, right now is this night vision on the Winter Wyvern, because that's the thing that can win you one of these stupid team fights that appear out of nowhere, is that you're the one who's going to have the first vision because of this talent.
Yeah. Fight around the night. 70 minutes in. It's a 4,000 gold lead. Buyback status has not changed in a very long time.
Oh, Moonlight Shadow. So the last time Secret saw them, it was all in the mid lane. Now the illusion's coming through, finds no one. They don't know if they're invis. They're not sure what's going on. Oh, the blink forward.
They see
Probably
vision.
knows they're on top.
They're looking for him, looking for that opening. They find the Hex. Are they just going to give up their captain? I think that that's the answer, because you do not want to take this fight when you don't have the vision around him. Still has buyback. Newbee going to defend the top lane because they know that it's going to be pressured in from Fata. But it's a start.
That was a great Moonlight Shadow. Went right through the puck illusion, and Secret thought they were safe.
I mean, it is still like that doesn't necessarily open up all that much for Newbee to do because you can always just buy back global, right? Like start stacking refresher orbs.
It's not the hero they wanted, but it takes away from your ability to really split push and rat as much as possible because you don't really want to have to buy back his puppy, but if he's alive, he doesn't necessarily mind dropping the global for you at this point.
Yeah.
He's going to have his refresher shard soon on puppy as well. He's a 5,200 gold surplus.
Jeez. Late game Dota.
So that's going to be
+2 global.
Yeah, refresher shard double.
16 seconds of global silence. Ooh.
Yeah, and if you look at these heroes, I mean, there's the BKB is 5 seconds on Mugi. Ooh, that could be pretty devastating. But they have a lot of damage when they're not silenced, too. Don't rely on it that hard.
Until Silencer is back, our Newbee trying to test the waters. They're thinking about it. They're throwing out arrows. Hit there onto Clinks.
Got him.
They need to hit all 3, I think, for them to really think about going.
Yeah.
And again, it's just backing out, getting vision, making sure that Secret don't have any of it.
Look how far back they're able to sit, too. We haven't even talked about the Blood Right cooldown. That just lets you keep waves back forever. Fade Bolt combined with the puck. I mean, they only really need the Blood Right.
So late game Dota is weird, you say?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Bloodseeker, where's this hero gonna go? Like, I'm trying to figure out because you've got all of this gold on these guys. You could start trying to transition into something else. He's right now got an AC queued up.
Yeah, he's definitely a utility kind of guy where he's looking for those really good plays with the Abyssal Blade and the Halberd, trying to control up the Lina and the Mirana and just create space for Ace.
In a way, I feel like sort of the Rupture becomes much less important as the game goes on. Where it's like it no longer is this thing where, I mean, the fight's going to happen regardless, right? And everybody, it feels like you almost need that burst damage in a way.
Yeah, everyone's generally able to stand their ground a lot better in the late game when they have a lot of items, and people have way more HP. Sometimes people just run right through it because it's just too much HP at this point. But the heroes on the dire side, that's not really that true. Like the Ursa and the Wraith King especially, but some of the squishiers like the Lina and the Mirana perhaps.
Smoked up right now. Kind of looking like they might want to do something. Mirana has picked up a Nullifier.
Now that's a good item in the late game.
That was pretty great. Oh, KP. They are smoked up still. I believe they might have spotted them.
Need some of these arrows. There they go.
Shit.
Puppy?
Oh
my God. The dissipation of that arrow was so close.
Oh, jeez.
He was probably a bit too far at that point either way, but... And then again, you'll take anything.
Everybody's just so afraid. And again, like last day of group stage, TI, this is potentially, you know, talking about whether you're playing a couple of best of threes for like, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars or out in the first round as they have found Silencer. Puppy already initiated on the arrow as he force-staffed forward, and now they stole themselves a couple of arrows as well, trying to turn it back against them. Mid one caught for the moment. They blow up one right from the get-go, but Mirana is going to be sticking around a little bit longer because of that Wraith King Aghanim Scepter. They chasing down, and on the other side, Puck, but there's going to be the Winter's Curse thrown back against them. Lina in trouble. They steal over the Dragon Slave now as well. Fata gets the silence onto several, and that's the global. The blink away. KP is still kind of in there. They bought back on the Mirana, saying, this is the fight that we want to take. Going to throw out another round of arrows in just a second. They blow up the Wraith King one time. Can they find another? They take down Fata. He has buyback as well. Now looking forward to the side, they take down the Bloodseeker. That's 2 dead for Secret.
The start was so good, and now they're chasing Puppy once more. The Eon Disc is back up, though.
All right, does he have another round of it? No more global silences. This is Newbee streaming ahead.
And it's a very early Roche spawn. Only 20 seconds away now. And with the arrows, you got to think there's a vision advantage for the Radiant. So buybacks were used by the Bloodseeker as well as the Mirana, 1 per team. Ace doing 7,000 damage to that team fight, but still not enough to take it.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. And I think Clinks is one of these heroes that sort of, you know, we haven't seen a lot of leading up to this tournament, right?
Yeah.
And so it's weird thinking about him in these late game scenarios. But you know, Searing Arrows, they are a flat damage percentage increase, so that becomes less and less valuable as the game goes on. Strafe obviously scales incredibly well, but Searing Arrows just flat.
Well, it is the Roche now for them with ease. Found it in the pit.
Desolina.
I like the Aegis for Mugi, too. I feel like he's been focused down very quickly, these engagements.
Buyback status right now. You have it.
Yeah. She's got her own buyback via Aegis, of course.
You don't have it on the Bloodseeker, though, who did use it a little bit earlier. And right now, Puck trying to hang on to his Fata.
Jeez, KP goes to the bold play, just thinking maybe they're not ready for it.
And he is gone so quickly, but the Wraithfire Blast, Reincarnation coming back in a second. He gets Hex. They have the Lincoln Sphere, Cold Embrace as well.
The arrow hits!
They're able to hit him. Force Staff forward as well. They're able to take down one. Clinks is dead. He needs to buy back here. Although maybe they're just willing to save the buyback and say, we don't care about this first lane of barracks.
Jeez, what a play there.
Now they're going to buy back on him. Mugi also needs to be careful there. The Rupture, but then the forward pull, and now the secondary one still hanging around for the moment. The Cold Embrace keeping him alive. Blood Right span, and a lot of damage out onto one. That's going to be KP coming back in a second. They've caught themselves. At least for the moment, the Bloodseeker, he's dead. He's going to buy back. They buy back on the
Ace
Silencer.
the last
Global
hope.
comes out. I don't think that this is going to be enough, though. Yapzor's down as well. Can they hold out without mid one?
Oh, if they lost Ace there, it would have been over.
Chase
Question
forward.
is, will Newbee get out? This game's definitely not done quite yet.
Dagons. Dagon.
Ace really needs this chase down. Arrow from Yapzor won't hit.
KP is 13 seconds away from having Reincarnation again.
Oh, he wants to go back in. He's got 2 cheeses on him, but
There's
he's
no-
going to head back home.
Yeah, they realize this wave is pushing in, and they're going to lose barracks otherwise. But
Yapzor,
this
he goes
might
in.
Leave you an opportunity to jump in here. Yapzor out of position. He is in by for 2 minutes. They're still chasing forward for Fata, though. Mugi thinking about going in this one. Hits one with the arrow, but can he find any more? Does still have that Aegis. And he is going to have it reclaimed in just a second.
It's actually out regenning it. No, not quite enough.
KP still not with his team. But
He's got 15 more
SCC
seconds left.
I mean, they have 100 seconds with no Rubik. They have 60 seconds with no Bloodseeker. Secret need to hold out.
Is it Dagon 5, though?
Oh, wait, the arrow. They hit him again. They got him caught. There's going to be the global to try and turn it. Mugi jumps forward, but Ace dealing a good bit of damage there onto him. That's
They
Mugi
just
dead
got
for 2
baited in.
minutes. He just stood there and took the arrow, and now they're in a terrible position, but KP's back. Can they kill him off in time? Puppy, the uphill misses. There's a Cold Embrace. Oh, and there's going to be the Winter's Curse onto Clinks. Fata jumps forward, and that means that he's going to be caught, abyssalled, and most likely killed off. Back yet again, Ace needing to run because all of Newbee is starting to destroy that skeleton man. Puck dead
Oh, he didn't
also.
get the shard.
Newbee, they've done it.
No refresher used there for Puck, and that's it. No buybacks. I think that he intentionally took that arrow on the Puck because he sold the Eon Disc, and that brought Newbee back into a fight that looked pretty bad. But Secret weren't quite able to pull it out there with the jaunt back into the curse, cemented their fate, and Newbee, it started with a level 1 Roche, but that certainly was not the story of this game. Went the full distance. Another deep, long one here in the TI group stages. 79 minutes before Newbee will take it.
Patient play from Newbee, and they make it work. I mean, again, it's these types of games where it's like you don't necessarily know what's going to happen, and it feels like it comes down to Roche, refresher shards, but at the end of the day, it's just one fight, right?
Yep. That's what comes down at the end. A lot of arrows. I mean, that triple arrow talent worked out. It could have gone the other way exactly the same, though, right, with the Moonlight Shadows, where you just catch people out because of Invis, but it never really felt like those moments for Newbee where they were just on top of people. Invis, I feel like the triple arrow worked out. I'm into it.
Totally. Well, I think that the teams are going to want to take a break after that one.
One thing I really like, though, I will say, is that I felt like at different points in that game, different people on Newbee really stepped up. Like, Faith, they were starting to falter. I thought they were going to lose that game, and Faith came out huge with like 3 Winner's Curses right in a row, saved that game. Then for Secret 2, Ace, he was making those rat plays. They were so close to getting that Rax that could have changed the whole game. Like, the economy's so different when you have one lane of these super creeps coming through.
Totally.
So, yeah, and then like later on, Kaka too. He somehow got the Blink Dagger into the Basher. I don't know how. And then KP was just getting into those big initiations. It's kind of a weird hero to play this like supporty, off-laney Wraith King, but every time he jumped in there, the AoE stun came huge, and then he would always find that perfect single target.
Well, beautiful Dota being played today, everybody. We're going to be back in just a little bit. Game number 2 right around the corner. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. More from the TI8 group stage right after this. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to TI8 group stage action. There is a whole lot of things going on, Trent.
Yeah, but at least we can keep it really simple for you.
Yes.
Win, and you still have a chance at going to the upper bracket. That's the most important thing. Just win. Just do
win,
that.
baby.
Yeah.
Were you ever a fan of the Raiders back in the day?
No.
Okay.
Football. What do you...
Well, there's a
over
there's
in
a
Nova
reason.
Scotia. We just love the Raiders. Yeah.
The Black Hole. No, there's a famous phrase from the owner of it, which was, people talking about these permutations, the ways that you can do it, and his thing was just win, baby.
This is where you want to go? This is where you want to go with our intro? I was not prepped on this. I feel like we should have done some prep work here.
We're flying by the
jeez.
seat of
Oh,
our pants,
God. I need tiebreakers for
Yes,
the
and.
new co-caster.
Yes, and.
God. Io and Pugna. Man, I'm going to have a couple people do some best of threes, just like these other tiebreakers. That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Try and replace you.
That's fair enough,
All right. So things, this looks very similar to some of our previous drafts here, guys.
It does.
I imagine this little deer lady, well, she might rear her beautiful little head, too.
And I think that's probably going to be a newbie ban, if anything else. So I'd imagine that Secret would feel comfortable playing it. I mean, I guess that the thing about it, too, is that it feels like that game could have kind of gone either way. They weren't prepared, Secret, for the level 1 Roche. We didn't talk about that as we got into the later stages, but it kind of enabled Newbee to do these things with their lanes that we were anticipating wouldn't work. But when you get that level 2 going right into it, it works.
It made it a lot better for the Ursa, 100%. Much more threatening with the Earth Shock as well as the swipes there.
Oh, and Enchantress is actually going to be banned by Secret instead. I thought that they would leave that one in, but forcing Newbee to ban something else, I guess. And,
I think they haven't even played it this whole time either, I'm pretty sure. Because it's just never left in, and maybe, super important game. Just want to secure yourself in the upper bracket.
Yeah.
Don't want to leave it down to something you haven't even been playing over the past couple days.
10 seconds
That's fair.
remaining.
So, Secret have only been first pick 3 times
5 seconds
this
remaining.
this entire tournament, it looks like, so far. And they took Earthshaker twice, and then CM once, it looks like.
Okay.
Been interesting there.
I mean, I think that, again, the picks from the earlier stages of the group stage are probably less relevant than what we've been seeing recently, and I think that the Silencer Bloodseeker is something that's been working for them, and particularly because Secret was sort of struggling early on. They found their form the last day.
I think the Mirana, too, would be my pick for Team Secret. I would still take it first overall. I feel like Fada plays it well, and they can just shove it on the other 2 cores, too. But just having an offlane player that can be enabled by the hero, I think, is a really important aspect of taking it.
They're going to ban out the Silencer.
Definitely a good choice, though, as you were saying.
I mean, that's the thing, right, is that I think that also it kind of depends on what the enemy team wants to go against, right? And if they feel like they know they're playing against Mirana, maybe that was what they're looking for there. I would be shocked if Secret didn't take Mirana here.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I like it. If they don't take Mirana, well, I just don't know. Tiny, okay, he's left in. All right, well, he was banned out in our first phase last time. We were looking at this strong, flexible core, and we talked about the Tiny being banned, and then Mirana's the second best. Well, with Tiny left in, I agree. He is the best.
What a guy. Yeah, I think it also sort of guards against some of those sort of squishier heroes. I think about the Lina last game. Tiny could just eat her up if you do end up getting into the mid game with a Blink Dagger.
Helps take care of some of the more irritating matchups, too. We've mentioned a couple times that helps out up against that Brood Mother, just in case.
Absolutely. Although Newbee does not seem like a team that would Brood to me. Although they're pulling out new stuff, I've been impressed with them a little bit here.
Realized they needed something to mix it up a little bit here. So, Venge Mirana, then? Is that where we're going for Team Newbie here? I guess the other question is, they might be considering that Wraith King because it did look fairly strong for them.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I think it particularly combos together if you got these 2 really strong stuns. It might make Clinks more tasty for Secret, and I wouldn't even be surprised maybe if they take it in the first phase then, because you've got these 2 targeted stuns that can be dodged by Strafe.
Team Secret's turn to
And they are going to go for the Mirana.
Okay. Looks good.
So a Drow Strat is also a threat now for Newbee, which I feel like could definitely be played by Moogie.
Yeah, certainly. Again, you mentioned things that we're not used to seeing from Newbee, but you never want
10
to leave that in the pool here for
seconds
Team Secret. Need this win. Got to get back on the horse.
Oh.
So Tiny
5
and
seconds remaining.
I think CM still feels kind of okay here for me. The Ogre is still in. Very tanky hero. Can catch a couple arrows to help the team. Attack speed very strong for a Tiny. It's one they've gone for a couple times with the Tiny combo too.
Yeah, I don't remember if we've been seeing the new build you were talking about the other day where you max out Fire Blast.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like
But,
that build with the all the new buffs to the ultimate. It seems like it's pretty strong.
A pause.
Oh, okay. Must have been some slight admin issues going on there.
Interesting. Oh yeah, Puppy DC'd.
That might be it.
Don't want your captain DC'd.
Team
Makes it a little
Secret's
difficult.
turn to ban.
Oh, okay. Dark Willis. That's something that has been going very well for them, but they were able to get it in the second phase several games in a row. Newbie banned it in the previous match, and so they've decided, I guess she's been upgraded. And we'll be taking her first phase.
And I mean, this combo together looks so strong to me, right?
Definitely.
You've got tons of team fight and like single target pickoff initiation, like
10
all sorts of
seconds
stuff.
remaining.
It's deadly.
These two heroes smoked up can kill anything, virtually.
5
Like, Dark Willow on her
seconds
own can sometimes get solo kills from position 5 or 4.
Right.
And you combo that with someone like a Tiny who's notorious for getting these Blink Daggers and Shadow Blades. And Team Secret, once again, banning out that Nyx Assassin. This time makes more sense against the Dark Willow. I think it's always a hero that we see teams pick up versus the Fairy Lady.
Yeah. And if they were thinking about a Drow strat, I think it also makes it less fun when you're playing against those types of heavy burst heroes. But you could still do it hypothetically. It would just
10
need to be like a lot of
seconds
good sentries around. Maybe they could also be building towards something like a
5
Medusa for
seconds
Newbie.
remaining.
We've seen SCCC take that quite a few times, and even in this tournament.
Drow do so, yeah. Possible.
Team Secret's
More often
turn
than
to
not,
ban.
It tends to be
Newbee's
I feel like
turn to ban.
another support here maybe, or is that showing too much too early?
I would go with the support, unless they, like, the Wraith King's been banned out, so I think that could have been their pick there, just so that Team Secret didn't get it, as that would have been pretty annoying. These possible cores, possible supports, as we saw the Wraith King was almost a support in that last game. So I think CM still looks
10
pretty
seconds
good to
remaining.
me. The only thing is some teams aren't as comfortable with like this position 4 and 5 Venge and
5
CM. Like they don't have a
seconds
true initiator out of the 4 role, which can maybe be a bit different to play.
Newbee's
I mean, there's
turn
still
to
the
pick.
Rubik again, which they ran last time. Oh wait, this is Newbie. I'm mixing them up. Yeah, that's definitely not Rubik. You don't want to be running that. Kaka was famous for his Phoenix back in the day.
Yep. And his Rubik.
And his Rubik. If Yapsor can't make it work, man.
Hero's truly gone. Get him that Arcana. Get him the
10
buffs. We need it,
seconds
people.
remaining.
Well, they played 2 games in a row versus Virtus Pro and picked the same
5
4 out of 5
seconds
heroes.
remaining.
These guys are animals. They lost both games, but kudos to you, Newbie. Sticking to your guns.
Consistent.
Then they didn't pick any of those heroes in the next game, so what does that tell you?
Virtus Pro.
In fact, they
Crush
haven't picked
Shoals.
any of those heroes since,
Yeah, this
except the
is-
Lena, and that worked out okay, clearly. Well, Newbie are taking their time. This is the pick that really sets the pace here. Try and decide if there's something that you really want that they might be taking, or how much is this going to reveal.
I mean, they could go back for the Ursa again. I mean, I don't think they'd get away with a level 1 Roche, but it is something that I think would fit well. Like, they'd have a ton of Roche taking potential later on in the game. I think that it's a good answer to the Tiny in general. It's one of the heroes that can actually sort of mess with him in lane a little bit.
Team Secret's turn to pick.
Just go back for the Wyvern. Okay. Played very well by Faith in the previous game, and so that's likely going to be the Kaka Vengeful Spirit. This position 4 Venge. It's pretty strong in the laning phase, but I don't think she's very good with like mid-tier items. Like some of your position 4s, they get that one Blink Dagger, and that's kind of all they need for the whole game. Venge is all right, but I feel like you need like a Shadow Blade, and then you need more stat items because you want to capitalize on your right-click damage when you're actually going for useful items on the hero. You basically just get like Medallion, maybe a Solar Crest, or you try and get stuff to help with your swap. It's okay, but you can just kind of play them both as half supports, like the Wyvern and the Vengeful Spirit. And Wyvern is a hero that does very well with gold, with the Blink and the Glimmer Cape, so might see a little bit more gold funneled onto Faith. He actually got quite a bit in the last game too, even though they had an Ursa on their team, which was pretty crazy.
Turn to pick.
Well, and I think that also it kind of depends
Oh.
on what role they want him in.
Yeah, that's true. It could be KP, right?
Yeah. I think that, I mean, it's just, again, the flexible cores,
Yeah.
that whole idea. This will be the puppy hero, though, the Bane for Secret. More of that single target blow up potential. I kind of feel like with this
10
newbie draft,
seconds remaining.
sometimes when newbie play in like a long series or something, they'll go back to like a
5
default for them,
seconds
which is just
remaining.
everybody play around SCCC.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's the Death Prophet, sometimes it's Medusa, occasionally something like an Invoker or Storm. So I feel like that's probably going to be their game plan here.
Especially with 10th pick.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of drafts you want to set up for that. So, the last time that they did this 3-hero opener, they went for the Enigma after. So I think Team Secret also considering that with the Bane having the BKB piercing ultimate, just a solid hero for Puppy in general. But with the Vengeful Spirit being removed, there's not very many other meta 5s right now that could handle that possibility, and they're still going to go for it. So well read here by Team Secret, and it puts some pretty big pressure onto Puppy here. It's interesting. We saw another bold play earlier today, or perhaps it was yesterday. I don't
I
remember.
think
It,
it was
all blends
yesterday.
together. But Universe had to play the Enigma into a silencer already pre-picked on the enemy team. It did not go well.
No.
He could virtually never black hole. Had to keep holding it and waiting. Couldn't really go for good initiation plays. So much easier to play against the Bane for sure. However, once that cast range talent comes out, it can be very difficult still in those team fights.
Ooh, and a little bit of late game insurance here coming out from Team Secret.
Also very annoying for Enigma to play against in general.
Yeah.
Trying to get a good blink play in.
I will say, I think that there's a lot of potential to pressure this Spectre. Like, Bane, a very strong lane support for sure, but as Enigma starts to get towards some of those levels, maybe you bring and rotate in a hero or two, things could get tough.
Yeah, Wyvern or Venge. Pretty threatening in the lane.
5 seconds remaining.
This makes me think less Medusa now. I think that we've been seeing more often than not Manta Diffusal Blade on Spectre, and that can be a big problem for the Snake Lady. Kunkka banned.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what kind of a mid-1 hero they're considering, too. Kunkka could have been pretty solid. His Dragonite, I think, would fit relatively okay. Lincoln's hero wouldn't be too bad either, just with the Venge as well as Winter Wyvern.
I feel like they could just run Tiny if they want to. I mean, you definitely can still take Fata on something else here in a last pick.
They did use they had that one game versus Vici where they picked a Viper into the Huskar and the Spectre, because then you have the passive killer, which is pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the only Vipers I think that got picked up this whole tournament. However,
I mean, didn't he just not skill Berserker's Blood anyways, and they just lost?
yeah, that was interesting. And so in this game, unfortunately, though, for Team Secret, there's not very many good passives to be canceling out here. And just, these fun, make space for Spectre heroes is, I guess, what I'm considering here.
Yeah.
The mid-1 Queen of Pain, too. That's always been a bit of a classic with heroes like Lone Druid or Spectre in the safe lane.
A great answer for if they wanted to switch it up and run the Mirana mid. I think it probably will still be Mugi on this, but at least it takes away the possibility of that because of how rough that matchup is for the Mirana. But with the last ban from Secret, it'll probably be targeted at whatever, the counter pick is for the hero they choose.
Like, are you picking TA, or are you picking a hero that gets stomped by TA? That is the question.
Yeah.
There's also still the Alchemist in play here. Doesn't look like he'll be going. We're trying to think of all these cheese heroes. And the Brood's still in, but we're not expecting Brood. And the Yalk's still in, but we're not expecting Yalk. And the Huskar's still in, but we're not really expecting Huskar. But a lot of those cheesy guys are in there, so things are a little bit, checking through the notebook right now. Team Secret, Sunbee's there on the keyboard. We're probably just covering it with his hands, like, yo, please, just don't click anything yet. Let's check it out. We still got time.
Let's think about
this. Don't just do something. And we're going right down to the wire on it.
You guys aren't seeing this, but Trimpax is actually leaning over his keyboard.
All right,
now
see?
too.
Cheese removed. See, that's Sunbee right there. He's like, just no, please. I know they haven't done it. Just don't do it. And so is that the TA then?
It seems like it could be solid. I mean, the Ember is the other option that jumps out to me with them.
Yeah, that's true. Ember for sure. Mid-1's so good at making that hero it can be any degree of farm required. He can be the poorest core on your team and have a huge impact, and he can be the richest guy on your team and do it. And there it is.
Ember Spirit.
Doing your research. This
Hey.
guy. He read the book. He knows mid-1 is
Has
the
he played
Ember
that hero
one.
before?
I don't think so. I've never seen it.
Never.
It's funny though, we've been talking about it so much because no one's been banning it really against them, and this was super major and around that area. They were just first picking Ember, first phase. Like, all right, let's see what
crazy.
you got. You know,
How quickly things change.
5 seconds remaining.
Thinking about like Naga Siren, Beastmaster. Granted, I think they both got nerfed.
now I remember Virtus Pro went for the mid Shaker versus Newbee when they tried to run the Ember Spirit,
Oh.
and no one destroyed them with the mid Shaker. I don't know if Newbee took some notes. They're saying that's not our style. And this isn't a drow draft, but it sure as hell looks like one.
Wow.
As we pick up the Visage last.
Damn, that's pretty dirty.
Go, go, go. Double helm. Push, push, push.
This looks
Vengeance
really cool
aura.
from Newbee. I don't know though. Again, you sort of have that feeling in the back of your head always that's there. You're going against a Tiny, you're going against a Spectre in the late game potentially. Like, you've got to keep that pressure going, particularly in what could be an elimination match. Again, from what we've seen, if Secret win this, then Newbee are going to end up dropping down to the lower bracket. So, scary stuff. Scary, scary stuff.
And this time Cock will be taking his hands on the Wyvern. Faith to the Venge, and
Yeah. I think it's just what you were talking about wanting to get more of that farm onto
yeah,
the Wyvern.
it definitely makes more sense for the hero to have more gold than the Venge.
Speaking of scary, man, look at that Spectre set.
Gotta intimidate your opponents here.
It's like got a little Frito that's hanging out on its necklace.
Frito?
Maybe it's like a candy corn. It's definitely not a Frito.
You know it's purple, right? What kind of candy corn are you eating?
It's very old. Very, very old candy corn.
You found your Halloween bag the next year and it was still in there and just went for it anyway. I can respect that. Very purpley draft in general from Team Secret. But yeah, I have to agree. I'm not feeling that confident about the Newbee draft. To me, it's just like a lower percent draft. It's like something that feels very difficult to execute. A lot of super clutch ultimates between the Black Hole and the Winner's Curse. And then you're looking for this like perfect swap. Someone has to cancel out this Fiend's Grip. And then you're dropping birds and trying to micro your heroes. So curious to see how this will go. Feels like there's just this eventuality that Ember Spirit and Spectre will be able to take over the game. However, if you're a bit behind in the lanes, what's your real playmaker? It's basically just Fada. You're going to have to look for some very early levels on YapzOr so that he has the damage to actually get some kills. Those kind of questions, you know, they have to actually answer those to not get run over by newbies. So we'll see if Secret are going to be up to the task this time.
Well, you know, one thing that I'm kind of feeling about this game, at the very least, is oftentimes it comes down in the games that Newbee wins to KP. And he's playing on this Enigma. If there's one hero that can sort of make the impact felt, I think it's him. And I do have some faith in his ability to sort of carry them through this, through some good black holes. It's a little bit scary because he's likely to be going for that Helm of the Dominator, which means less likely to get the chances for the big, you know, blink black hole plays. But we'll see how it works for them as early smoke movement out. Faith looking for a straggler.
Yeah, big wraparound play here all the way back.
This is really scary, and, well, the wraparound is there. They're going to go over the trees, spot out everybody. They immediately drop down the brambles as well, but first blood, Faith is done.
That was a great maze.
Moogie needing to escape from here as well. He's just going to try. Oh, he jumped into the trees. Okay, he's fine.
That's still a lot of your leaps, though. 2 of them down already. And he's got to burn like 2 or 3 more tangos.
Yeah, that hurts. So the long walk back, and it looks like Secret are going to secure all 4 bounty runes? That's not
they
the way you
can't
want to
contest them
start.
at this point.
Battle begins.
Between the lane swapping and everything. So first blood Secret and 4 I mean,
Oh, okay, they're not going to get 4.
mid one's not even a go, and Cox gonna be like, oh, thank goodness. Oh, shout out there to Mr. JJ.
Hey,
Pete Mukul. Casting away for us here.
he's not casting.
Yeah, he is in our hearts.
That's true.
I've heard him down there. He yells about us. That's kind of casting.
That counts. That for sure counts. No, he's shaking his head. Well, 1-0 start. A glyph there. Trying to secure the last hit on the range creep. Oh, mid one. Always was going to get that one. So take a look at the 3 lanes and how they work out. KP up there in the top safe lane, trying to square off against Ace, who has been left alone through the early levels.
Yeah, you can see Fada going on Faith, though. They're trying to bully Fada as much as possible. He's got no armor, and so you want to be using this Wave of Terror once he gets to level 2, and for now just the Magic Missile with the threat of Arrow once the Mirana's going to be level 2. It's going to be a lot of damage, and we've talked about Dark Will in the past, very long cooldowns. 34 seconds on that Bramble Maze.
And even the early levels of the Shadow Realm, 30 seconds apiece as well. And you've got a decent animation, not a ton of damage, but still a little bit annoying to deal with, like a little mosquito poking you in the eye. That's what mosquitoes do.
I think so. They have to keep trading this. Every time there's like a stun where there's a possible initiation, Fada's being forced to Avalanche in non-ideal situations when they can't go for a kill. And these cooldowns are just going to be back for Faith. He is out of mana at the very least, though. No real way to gain any more.
Top lane. Throw out the dagger as well as Ace just trying to make a life for himself down here. Only 3 last hits so far while they're trying to get the side pull going, and this is going to help him out a little bit on that Spectre, although Yusar's still going to get continual denies coming from KP. Puppey, slowed. Arctic Burn up to the high ground, trying to get the extra little bits of slow as, well, they give up chase.
We're expecting KB to get a lot of denies in this lane. That would be your goal as the Enigma.
Yeah.
Try and harass the Spectre as much as possible, sure, but deny, deny, deny. They don't have a good way of dealing with these Eidolons at all. I think that's one reason why they went back for this pick too. Because, yeah, sure, you can counter my Black Hole in the lane, but you can just see deny 9 and 7 now already. Eidolon's forcing back the Spectre. KB doing very well here.
And in the mid lane, it's mid 1 with 14 and 4. And I mean, you can sort of harass-ish with Grave Chill. Really what it is it just messes up your timing on the last hit. So if you're used to that, you're perfectly fine there.
Ace is just chasing these islands on the tower. He's found a pretty good solution. He just daggers them and just runs at them. KB tried to body block him away, but he will kill all 3 Eidolons. So
Okay.
nicely done from Ace.
Yeah, that's how you like to see it. And Puppey, after picking up that Arcane Rune, can kind of just spam out the Brain Saps, and it's really hard to trade hits with that guy. So far, Secret, 1,000 gold lead. Some of that off the back of the Bounty Rune, some of that off the back of good laning.
Yep. And they haven't really gotten a lot of threat down here on this Tiny. I think just because Faith was so low on mana. Now the Bramble. Good combo with the Avalanche.
Oh, but the stun comes out.
There's no turn potential with the wave being there, though. They picked the perfect time to go from Secret.
Yeah. That's really nice. Mid lane, they're sort of set up a little bit with Kaka in the area, but he's standing right on top of a ward. So this is never really going to turn into anything real, I don't think. This mid 1 is just hanging out on his cliff here. Perfectly fine for the moment, since this wave should be pushing into his tower. And he'll eat a couple Arctic Burns for his trouble. Or he won't. I guess since he doesn't have any regen coming out to him, it's better just to sort of stay back and miss a couple CS. Bottom.
Still just our first kill. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, you think, like, why does that work? Dark Willow Hero. Why? Where does it go?
You'd like to see?
Yeah, I would love to see the Dark Willow. Just going on down.
Okay.
Very frustrating. Hard to deal with. But, you know, you got the faster cooldown on the Eventual Spirit, so you can try again in between. It's just, you don't have that much mana to work with.
Yeah. Chains after the Grave Chill, and SCCC way overextended now. Does have the Fairy Fire, but mid 1 just runs him down. And
yep, very nice play. So what happens there is that the support comes mid, try and help out. They don't end up getting anything on the mid 1. And then the support leaves, and you're at an XP disadvantage, abused by the Ember, and now you're going to be even further behind.
The plus side is that Ember did have to TP back to base.
Yes.
And so he's going to have to take the long walk after the fact, as SC is going to get a nice couple waves to himself here. I feel like that's some of the times where we've seen a couple other mid players choose to just deny themselves to the tower. But
yeah, he was way too high HP, though, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And it would have been too risky.
Well, Faith, in the meantime, going to go looking for this arrow. They jump forward for more. Can they kill him off in time? Yes, indeed. Kaka cleans it up, but they also take down Faith. And Yapsor trying to run away with the Cursed Crown down. Mugi is just going to take a stun and then walk away.
Yeah, Stomp helped secure that one for them, I think.
Yeah. But Yapsor is pretty low, has 6 charges. And with the bottle coming in from Fata, he'll be comfortable throwing out some more of those spells in just a little bit here. Taking 2 points in the Bramble Maze.
Yeah. not the biggest fan of that build. I feel like you don't get a lot of value at the second point. It's only 3 seconds shorter on the cooldown. It's only 40 more damage as opposed to Shadow Realm, that survivability aspect in that lane.
Look at this. They just chase forward. Kaka overextends again with mid one getting level 6 and already setting up for a signature performance on this hero.
They got Ember problems. Let's see. What do we got? Bottle there. Oh, help me out. Oh, and they get the rune. That is so helpful.
That's really, really nice. Mid one back up to full and yeah, a DD bottled for Fata. This is going to dominate the lane. This is going to dominate everything. Faith shows up here. There's going to be a stun. The arrow dodged away. He's got a tree in his DD, and there's going to be the avalanche. The punch is coming through. Look at the damage. Happens very quickly.
Yeah, he'll just sneak his way back through the brambles.
Now, one thing we do need to be careful about in the mid lane, SCCC with these birds, it's a different hero, and brings mid one down about half HP through that flame guard, because it's just physical.
I think they're in a bit of trouble here. This Spectre's just getting free farm. Like, Ace is playing the lane very well, just walking on it and getting all these Eidolons. Bane has just been here the whole time from Puppey, ensuring that there's no problems. Lots of vision around the area to see if the supports rotate back through. And all KP can really do is keep buying raindrops to deal with the dagger and farm under his tower.
Yeah, it's always really scary when you see that Spectre as the top CS hero. Mid one does have chains. He's going to wait until after the birds come back up. Bottom, not really a whole lot happening there, but he might be able to clean these ones up here. He's getting pretty low, though. Mid one maybe overextending and just gets solo killed by SCCC.
Need some tips on that one. That was whoopsie. A couple of mistakes be made on that one, but it's alright, though, because Ace is still just killing every Eidolon under the tower. 39 and 13, top of the last hits. And won't be top of the net worth now with all these kill trades in the mid lane, though.
He does need to be a little bit careful, as there are going to be a couple of... He's about to get level 6 on KP. They need to be careful. He gets it right now. The Soul Ring afterwards, not going to go for the black hole, as Puppey was...
Yeah, it doesn't have enough mana, even with it. Bit too pricey.
Could have been nifty. Mid one, back towards the lane with the Visage, and he's going to pick up an Invis rune now. Yeah, it's so crazy how weird it is, because you need to be able to break through the Gravekeeper's Cloak aura on Visage to take it off of the birds. And if you don't do that, then they sort of maintain their same amount of stacks. And when that happens, you can't kill them off quick enough.
And the birds are smoked up now, moving on through here.
Looking for their opening onto Fata. And with no armor, with no ulti, he is found, and he is dead.
Good micro there from SCCC. Tanks the tower for a bit with the bird, then gets the stun down, bird regens, and the wave pushes through. And this tower should be theirs.
Really well played. I feel like I was not anticipating the Visage from SCCC.
Now, they still have TPs here for the Mirana and the Visage. They could think about going top. Now, Visage rotation, not the best, because he's not going to have the birds, unless he wants to summon them.
Yeah, he has no points in Soul Assumption right now either, so can't even really provide that team fight you normally like to see. KP just dancing away from him.
It's been all about the taunts today.
Yeah, he's having a good time. 6-3 so far. Secret still feeling, I think, pretty good with that Spectre. Having a pretty decent time for herself.
And they're not stopping this push down here.
They're continuing to go, but also top lane. KP is found by mid one. Just drops the black hole. He's going to try and burn through him, if at all possible, with all the Eidolons, but it's not happening. And mid one just going to clean him up there. Bottom lane, though, the battle is going to continue forward. Moonlight Shadow to run away. And even though Faith is going to be stunned, Fata can't get eyes on him. The turnaround, they found Spectre. This is a big kill if they can find it. Now Puppey as well. They're chasing forward for this one. Arctic burn down. They do continue the slow as Fata also trying to run away. He goes into the trees. I don't know if that was the play. He might not have lived anyways, though, and the Cursed Crown will stun a couple, but this is going to be a Tier 2 tower at 10 minutes.
Wow, things were looking so good for Secret, but suddenly it just crumbles.
Yeah.
Mid one was able to grab some bounty runes up top, so at least there's that going for him. But KP dropping the black hole, I think he knows that it's very difficult to use it, and surely he knew he was going to die because he can't get through that flame guard.
But it means that Ember can't really show up to the fight because he's down to like half HP.
Yeah. And so he did show up. He didn't have that much of an impact.
So, Tier 2 tower taken bottom, and that leaves Newbee into a 1,000 gold lead. A pretty big swing. That also means that KP should be able to get into his helm pretty soon. Actually, looks like he's going to be going for the mechanism. Changes his mind. And now the pressure mounts towards mid. A stun going to miss there as mid one able to dodge it with the sleight of fist, but Puppey now also in some trouble. Brain Sap trying to stay alive, but these birds just do so much damage, and they do end up losing one of them. There's going to be the Bedlam as they chase down Moogie. But the Car's Crown, it hits on a 3. Kind of doesn't matter for the moment because the Arctic Bird is going out as well.
There's no follow-up, though. Like, they could have at least positioned post-Winter's Curse, and that was taken away from them.
Yeah. A little bit of a misplay there by Moogie. Top lane, Spectre doing what she does best, just farming neutrals. Gonna go for the Blade Mail first.
Okay. I think definitely gonna have to fight in this one. Because, you know, Newbee are gonna be bringing the pain.
Oh.
The other way to play it is just rely on the rest of your team and try and get in towards that earlier Radiance, but I think he'll probably just go Blade Mail Radiance. I don't think he'll go Manta this game, but we'll see.
Ace in a little bit of trouble now as well, as they are chasing him down, and this is not where you want to be if you're a Spectre. In the grave yet again, Ember shows up, goes for the forward play with the Remnant. Moogie down to very low HP, but will die. And the rest of Newbee are just going to back out. Secret, fighting back.
Yeah, they're forced to drop a sentry, though, in case they were chasing after. Now KP, he wanders a bit too close. Easy Fiend's Grip.
Just gets grip, buys out his buckler beforehand, but will lose a little bit of gold towards that recipe. As they go towards mid lane now, Fata's going to try and stay tall, but does need to be careful.
Looking for the swap here, but he's a bit too far gone.
Yeah. And with Helm of the Dominator and the Medallion, this should be a free tier 1, in spite of the lack of creeps. Although, Puppey shows up, Nightmare. The birds looking, not finding. Avalanche caught themselves onto Faith. There's going to be the Bedlam chase as well. And they haunt into this also, trying to take him down, but there's going to be the Winter's Curse to turn it around. Keep SCCC alive. They managed to find the stun. After the fact, they toss it for the black hole to find the turnaround. They threw Dark Willow to her death. Oh, they make it work, and somehow Visage is livid.
Just able to TP back home. Killing spree stolen off of Yapsaur, so some more gold going SCCC's way, looking for a draft where they're going to play around him. Well, keeping him alive, getting him all this gold, it's starting to look pretty good. And now an aura item in the pipe coming out for him, so it's going to be pipe and mech pushing forward into the territory of Team Secret. And Ace still struggling to get that first real item.
It's kind of interesting, because Ace is the one that's going for the fighting items. You look at what Ember has queued up, he's looking at a Battle Fury.
That might be the way this winds up then. It is a little bit better for dealing with the birds too.
All the summons that are going to be coming his way, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of value in the cleave this game. Okay, so Ace is going to be almost like the distraction then, and mid one will be the true hard carry.
Yeah.
Just using the Haunt for the vision in these fights, using the Blade Mail to reflect some of this damage back, and toss in deep here.
Find themselves Puppey as well, though. Is SC going to try and chase him down? Faith down low. Mid one, diving in for this one. They have the Terrorize to follow it up. Visage going to be completely isolated, and they will take him down.
They already bought back on the Vengeful Spirit, but there is no buyback for SCCC, so...
the birds are chasing mid one. I don't think they're going to be able to follow him, though.
Oh, KP's got Bane? Hello? Puppey's crazy. He's hunting him.
He's on nothing. How's he on no HP? The Brain Sap. That works. Puppey's just going to get away with it.
Okay, a bit wild there.
They do eventually take down the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. And that buyback from Faith, I guess that he just wants to stay on map and have that wave of terror and swap available, make sure that they can keep up this aggression. It feels like they're kind of wanting to play at that fast pace.
Well, Bounty Runes come up, and they're in great positioning here from the side of Newbee. They get both in the bottom lane, and they'll get one in the top. Help give themselves a bit of an edge in the net worth here. As KP, see, he's got his mech, and I'm curious to see what he's going to queue up next if he thinks he can get away with the Blink Dagger. Thinking he won't be able to.
Again, the tower starting to fall with these birds and the punches that it takes.
Right, Satyr just tanks it all. Eidolon's come through, and you can see why he wants that Battle Fury.
Yeah.
Just be so much. Oh, the arrow in the back line almost hits.
Looking for that opening.
Has been denied.
And denied
gonna
there
go
from
for it.
Ember.
That's
Very
pretty
nice.
nuts.
Not going to be punished.
Well, like you said, the mechanism is done for Enigma now. About to hit that level 10. And if they want to, I'm guessing you can think about going towards Roche. Do you need to find a pickoff first?
Yeah. They likely do. Either that or they just get ridiculous vision going down. Currently, there's no Blink Dagger on the Tiny, so if they can have the Haunt wasted, then that would be good enough for me as Newbie to go.
Yeah, just that vision you can get from it. I guess also, like, Dark Willow is kind of a monster to fight around that area.
KP gets the Arcane Rune.
This could be a good time. Drop the hole.
Oh, that Blink Dagger for Fada, yeah.
Dire's
Who does Fada want to hunt? How can he get himself in this game? The Winter Wyvern's pretty low. He has enough damage to kill her. Definitely is enough for the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah. They Nightmare the Bird, just gonna chase for it. Yeah, I guess that in order of, like, target priority, do you feel like it's always the Visage? Are there any other heroes that you just need to sort of focus down?
I wouldn't mind them tossing the Visage and just trying to, like, separate the Visage from the allies in the best team, but there's the target you'd expect in the Vengeful Spirit, easily taken out with the Blink Dagger. That's the reveal. Arrow? Oh, that was so close with the slow from the Splinter Blast.
I mean, this is still going to cost them. The Grave Chill, any remnant that he throws is going to be pretty slow from mid-1, but they do not decide to go all out on that push, and instead thinking about going into Roche with Tiny dead for 20. Yapsor pings it out, thinking that's where they're going, feeling like maybe we can still fight around this. It's only him and Puppy in the area.
Nah, they definitely cannot. Terrorize with the Bramble Maze will do a little bit of damage, but okay, Tiny's gonna come back in. He's gonna TP. He's gonna blink. There is a chance here, actually. Oh, he's got 10 seconds left on TP though.
There's the Terrorize.
Yeah, this doesn't look that scary.
I mean, Newbee can walk back into this one, as you said. It's still feeling a little bit tenuous.
They're also at high HP though, just because the mech aura and the active still ready to go, and all these minions just tanking.
They throw out an arrow to try and scout for them. Mid-1 also farming up H as well as happening, and they can just sort of wait as it eventually goes down.
Yeah, they see a half HP Ember. They know they're not committing.
18 minutes in, only 1,000 gold lead for Newbee, but they are in a position to try and push this down, and again,
Look at this ward here too, scouting at both of these supports, and they just still push fearlessly into him.
they know that they're so strong. You gotta feel
Likewise.
amazingly strong.
Radiant Vision also catching the fact that Kaka's hiding off to the side here. But difficult to punish without Terrorize, and he'll even let himself be shown. So this tower, not worth fighting for, I don't think, as the Radiant, unless you can see some really awkward plays. Yapsor maybe drawing them in here.
Looking for that opening. Fata is already
Still have
TP'd
Haunt.
back. They have it. Lincoln about going. They jump for it. Toss in Moogie. He just ends up getting gripped. There's the swap away. Is that how they want to start the fight? They do find mid-1. He's still being gripped on the other side, and Moogie is going to have the Aegis reclaimed.
He's not coming back with the Haunt. They're just going to be happy with that. Ace needs this farm. He's just staying down bottom.
He
saying,
has his
all right.
TP ready.
Yeah, he's like, we got the Aegis. Why do I don't need to come to this fight. They're not going to go high ground without it.
Wow, they're taking an avalanche damage, but they are still thinking about it, and Puppy going for the Nightmare is still going to take a heck of a lot. They toss in further. The Winter's Curse comes out, and it connects onto Spectre, who TP'd back in. The Black Hole follow-up. They got the cores. They're going to kill him off. Oh, no, but the Terrorize onto 3, as well as the Curse Crown. That saves the day from Secret getting knocked down. My God.
Newbee just doing a great job here in terms of utilizing these auras. I did not think that they would be that bold, but did you see where he went? He just flew right in there for that Winter's Curse. This guy's crazy. Kaka's like, I'm going to make this happen. We're going high ground, but I mean, this is the reason why you don't expect is that you really don't gain too much. Like, they don't kill the tower fast enough. They get a little bit of damage onto it, but it will cost them a little bit of their lead, it seems. Well, I think in the end they got the most kills because of the Black Hole.
And the toss-back play, like, from there onto Moogie is just so sick as they are going to lose faith. I mean, every time that you get that one, it's just like a free pickoff. I thought it was going to get a little bit scary when Ace didn't come back and then TP's in, and obviously the Black Hole follow-up, but Yapsor, what a guy.
Finding those pickoffs when he can.
Yeah.
So Ace is also going to be going for the Radiance because they're stalling out well enough, it seems, and Ember can certainly provide the space for that, I suppose. You know, we'll just trade. You go first, then it's my turn. So Battle Fury for you, and I'm going to go farm the safest spots on the map and try and get a Radiance. Radiance is great in this game. We already talked about all these summons, but plenty of physical damage because of the Venge Aura. You're reducing that. Swap Arrow. Perfectly timed there.
That was really pretty.
Yeah, Faith and Mugi just in sync.
They're going to drop down the brambles, and they're going to run the summons through them so that way the creeps don't get hit. Cute little plays there from Newbee. Has another attempt now at maybe breaking high ground. I mean, this is Newbee just grouped together saying, come deal with what we're throwing at you.
Yeah, they really want to do this. Try and force the buyback. They know that he just bought this Battle Fury. Probably think he doesn't have it.
Well, and he is going to buy back now, and Fata jumped in for that one for the toss back. A good terrorize combo together with it. They have the Fiend's Grip onto Mirana, and starting to tear through with this Bedlam. They're sharing the damage. The heal is there with the mech, the turnaround, but the Winter's Curse, they've also got him under control. They don't have the Mirana for the arrow follow-up, but they are still going to try and drop birds on him, possibly. Mid one running, not able to quite get away. Is he going to get out of there? Just barely.
No mana left on the Visage for a last soul assumption, and this is a fight without the black hole. They had the curse, but they have so many more tools that aren't going to be available for them.
Yeah, and they don't manage to take that tier 3 tower. Like, you'd love to be able to have access to those shrines and start pushing around, but no such luck. 5,000 gold lead, though, for Newbee off the back of the buyback.
Yeah, just kind of starved out there, spending a little bit too much time on the side of Secret's map there. Not enough mana regen to go around. No arcane boots or anything, so everyone just kind of pulls back, finds some shrines, and we'll have a replay of this little highlight. So you can see no black hole. Even like the swap wasn't available because they just used it for the kill. Bit tough there. So great terrorize to split up the fight from the beginning. Curse Crown too. That's been doing so much work in these engagements.
Yeah.
But you can see the Magic Burst was just a bit too much there on top of the Mirana. And Puppy, that was a nice play from the Mirana too, where like got stuck up on the high ground, used the Manta, stood still for a moment, trying to get Puppy to just randomly Fiend's Grip one, but Puppy doesn't fall for it. Then leaps down to the low ground, and through midair, Puppy gets the target on it, so he's able to Fiend's Grip her from the high ground, which is best case scenario for the Bane.
Yeah, really nice. And I think that it's also like, you talked about the Cursed Crown and how much they've been able to get. Part of it is just the way that Newbee are playing. Like, all grouped together means that you're naturally going to have only one escape mechanism, which is the same direction. And then, guess what? All of a sudden, you're all stunned together. And Spectre, as you predicted, going to be going back for the Radiance next. If Ace can get into this item and they're still holding on to about this situation in the game, I feel like Newbee are in a terrible position.
Yeah, they're already in a very rough spot. Like, Tiny, excellent split pusher, and we just saw how good Fata did in the previous game on the puck. Tiny can do the exact same stuff, virtually just as easily. Maybe a little bit riskier, but you also have higher potential for solo kills across the map, which that threat is created by split pushing like this. Yeah. And then on top of that, you have this Battle Fury Ember, and once the Radiance happens, then that's where it truly feels over. I mean, look at this. You've got 5 heroes doing the same thing top that Fata's doing bottom. Yeah, he's only getting a tier 1, but considering the position they're in, this feels very good for the side of Secret, in my opinion.
The big question is, how do they hold against the high ground pressure that's going to come from Newbee? And I think at this point, there's going to be a smoke up. Are they actually going to go back in? It's like, all right, are they going to go back, or are they going to try and wait for the next Roche? How do they play this? And
they got to be consistent. Oh, they're looking for the swap here.
They're not going to be expecting this one. They don't quite manage to time it perfectly, but they're all on the high ground right now. And Secret not all into position to defend against this. They do have a haunt up if they want to go for it. Fata with the toss back again onto Mirana. There's going to be the jump back and able to get away. The root down, the terrorize as well. It's onto all of them. They're running away from them. But there's going to be the Winter's Curse to try and turn it and find themselves a kill onto Dark Willow. They also have the arrow follow-up. Managed to catch themselves yet again. And, well, meanwhile, the Cold Embrace keeping Mugi alive. KP drops down as well. He's very low. They need to get out of here, though, I think. Regen and start another assault in a second.
Ern's there. They're still chasing. They have the black hole, so it's very risky. Oh, they look so low in this route, though. Yapsor wants in.
Curse crowned. There's the toss. Ava from Fata. They kill him off. Can they kill off Fata in turn, though? And the Visage, they throw out one more soul assumption. Are going to get that kill, but it comes at the cost of the Visage.
Yeah, all these buybacks will mean that these gains that they're getting largely nullified. It's still about a 1,200 gold swing, and looking for one more here is mid one. He's got the mana for it now with the wand popped, and Kaka goes for a bold TP that will not work out for him.
Big moment.
Oh, big moment because it's also bounty rune time. Puppy instantly TVs the bottom lane to grab these two as well, and that's going to just increase the lead that they've got. That solo kill was worth 541 gold on that Winter
What?
Wyvern. Welcome to comeback mechanics. I mean, he has 7k gold.
Yeah.
He's a pretty rich hero.
That's actually insane. And look at like how close mid one is now. He basically has a data list because of that. That's the most farmed hero in the game, killing the like position 4 support.
And he's going to find another support.
Yeah.
Won't be a solo kill this time, though, as the allies are also nearby, and Faith now cleaned up.
The arrow connects onto mid one, but there's nothing they can do to try and stop this right now. At least there's nothing they can do to kill him right there. Wyvern actually picking up the Vanguard, going to go into the Crimson to try and deal with the damage that's coming from mid one.
Okay. Trying to find some solution. I think we've seen the Meteor Hammer a few times, too, where it's like able to follow the Winter's Curse, but I don't think it's a good choice in this game, just because there's so many stuns on the Radiant. It seems very unlikely that you'll be able to get it off. Everyone except Spectre can stop you somehow.
Yeah. Visage has finished off the Aghanim Scepter, although I believe he only has one bird right now. Some of the other ones were brought down, but 20 seconds he'll have the resummon. Fata pushing bottom, and as you identified earlier, the big problem with this draft for Secret, or rather for Newbee, is Fata pushing.
The Rat. And almost won them game one, Team Secret.
Yeah.
This time it's looking a lot more feasible, and especially with mid one on this data list as well. Camp to camp, and the Relic nearly finished for Ace, and this kill threat, we talked about it being the Dark Will and the Tiny. Well, Bane and Dark Will can do the same thing. This could be an easy Fiend's Grip into the Bedlam. Go, little Yapsor!
Got him caught. Yeah, this hero, it's quite a thing, and KP just going to die to it. They do actually end up rotating then, finding themselves another couple of kills in turn. The Winter's Curse, and they'll take down the two supports.
Yeah. But in the state that you're in as Team Secret, this feels so fine. Oh my god, yeah, sorry. You're not actually going to survive this, are you? Okay, no. He's still dead. But guess what? Fada took your tower this whole time. And Spectre's farming, a Radiance, and Ember is farming like 4 neutral camps at this point. It's a problem.
Yeah. I think that particularly that mid one has been able to just sort of remain farming unimpeded, and on top of that you've got this sort of Radiant Spectre that's going to be on top of you in the next fight.
It might be too late. Oh, it's going to be so close.
This is big.
It's like 1,000 gold away. They got the Aegis and the Cheese. Newbee. This kind of feels like that last hurrah.
Yeah.
Where we're still
moment.
stronger than you.
And they did take one of the tier 3 towers. I really hope that with this Aegis, Newbee identifies we need to try and push right now and possibly take a lane of barracks at the very least.
There's another big change here, too, with Faith having level 12 on the Vengeful Spirit. Like, that last fight would have gone so much better if she had level 12 then, because they could have gotten that swap on Yapsor. He was too close to the creep wave, would have been out dead instantaneously, and he's a major part of their toolkit in defending the high ground.
Yeah. Well, Newbee are farming up this Ancients, and SCCC almost gets caught there by mid one. Yeah, I feel like they're kind of falling into a trap here where, all right, they're going to group up again on Newbee, try and get together. They have a Crimson Guard also. It's only a couple of 100 gold away from Ace getting his Radiance.
Yeah, and with the independence of the Spectre and the Ember Spirit, you're looking at that net worth and like, yeah, Newbee's still got a 1k lead. It's about a 6k experience lead for the Radiant right now.
They're going to push in, it looks like, through the top lane now.
So much 5-man Dota. Punishing their spells, their skills, talents not yet available.
This is a really cool move. They're not going to be anticipating this on Secret as they get ready to defend, although, as I say that, they're behind their tier 4s.
If they want to try this, and yeah, Secret, excellent defense here. And well, Fada, he's not.
Yeah.
He's like, nobody's home. Knock, knock. I got my big tree. Anyone want to answer me?
Look at top lane, though. They've taken down the first ranged barracks, and the bird's starting to fall down a little bit.
How do you get out of here, though, with the Ember Spirit? You're not going to be able to get back from this. He will stop your TPs.
This is almost feeling like it's an all-in type of play from Newbee.
Oh, Fada's come back. He's not going to finish off the tier 3. He wants to save his melee racks.
Melee Brax going down. Birds still alive for the moment. They take down both of them. Newbee, are you going to look to try and fight this? Mid 1 hits the chains onto 2.
There's no creep wave. They got to get out.
Arrow connects now onto Bane.
There's nothing for you here, Newbee. Your creeps, they're way up there.
And this buys enough time for that Radiance to be done on Ace. He has it in his inventory. They're ready to fight if they want to. This next fight is going to be very tough for Newbee.
Another 2.5 minutes to try and make use of this Aegis, and I'm sure they can feel this game starting to slip away. Only the ranged tracks, once again, not that crucial. Shrines will be good once they can get those.
It almost feels like they're not worth it in a way just because of how important it is that they keep the momentum going with this draft. Like,
yeah.
It's...
There's no time. The BKB is coming from Mugi, and that's high ground right there. No one else really has a massive amount of gold. It's time.
Right now, Fata is sitting on 5,200 gold on this Tiny, trying to finish off
going
with
at
Shivas.
Shivas. That's a great build. It's like against a draft strat. Same kind of item that you want to get. This 5-man Dodie. Look at the value and damage you're going to get out of that. It's absolutely absurd. All of that armor with the stats resistance, too, is just very hard
pushed
to deal
into
with.
The base and onto the melee. They are going to secure this one, which, again, evens things up a little bit. 2,000 gold lead. Okay, Winter's Curse down. Are they going to have a follow-up? They throw out the Terrorize. Only connects onto the Venge. If they decide to go in, KP could be looking for an opening here. Is enough gold for the Blink Dagger, but it's not on him right now. The mech keeping alive Faith for the moment. The arrow is out.
This wave mid's so important for Newbee. Great play to get it there and finish off that Rax with all that pressure coming from Fada. Now they're looking to stop these TPs potentially because Fada wants a tier 3 of his own. Dire will be forced to fortify, and that's going to be the 32 minutes. Secret will have to take note of that as they will now return, hoping to catch him.
So, I mean, all right, let's look at the more macro sense. Of course, as actually the tower is going to fall.
Oh, that's really bad.
Do you feel like, I mean, it's still going to be like the late game danger of a Spectre and an Ember. Do you feel like Newbee have done enough to buy themselves more time by taking that first lane of Rax?
Nope.
Okay.
I think they lost.
All right. Just wanted to
they
double
can still
check.
win, but I think it's really difficult. Like, this Aegis is gone. It's got 40 seconds left. They're never going to get back in a good spot for it. I think it was great that they managed to get that mid lane in and take a set of Rax with that Aegis, but I still think they're in a very difficult spot.
Jump forward. Avalanche toss. The Haunt is out as well. They're on top of a shrine. Can they live? Doesn't look like it with those heroes. That's Kaka and Faith already dead. They're going to buy back on the Vengeful Spirit. But
they could just sit and kill this if they wanted to, and I don't think there's much stopping them. But they're going to play it safe and back away.
Secret, again, wanting to secure themselves a spot in the upper bracket. And all they need to do is hold out against the aggression from Newbee. 26-19, 33 minutes, 33 seconds. And Roche, 3 minutes away. They're thinking about just going down a lane again. I mean, they got tenacity. Just run down mid.
Yeah, I don't know how many dimensions Enigma comes from, but this draft's pretty one-dimensional. So go flat, you know, go with the team. Try and take the throne. If it works again and they got another Rax, that's a lot of pressure. Like, 1 Rax, sure, you can handle it. You got Battle Fury, you got a Spectre. 2 Rax, things certainly become a little bit more difficult. But this Ember Spirit just trying to survive at this point. Already has plenty of damage. Looking in towards a Lincoln Sphere.
More
and
avenues
Haunt
to
and
stay alive.
70. It's going to be a much harder Roche for a Newbee to secure this time.
No. Well, and in the meantime, you can try and build into maybe some more of those, like, you know, team fight items. I think that we have seen Visage sometimes become a little bit stronger when you can get to some of the talents, but at the end of the day, it's still a hero that's not meant to go late game in this type of a draft, at least.
Yeah, they would rather have closed things out a little bit sooner.
Mid one?
Spectre Illusions just scouting around here.
Trying to build towards a Manta style also. Does look like it's going to have to be a resummon for SCCC. He's trying to build towards a Hex. I mean, that is one thing to be considered is, you know, until Ember has this Lincoln Sphere, which he actually has enough gold for it now, they can get some single target lockdown on him.
So currently they can see the Ember and the Tiny up top. They don't know where the rest of the supporting cast is from Secret. I'm sure Newbee assumed that they're nearby, which would be correct. The only one not there is the Spectre, but it's going to have Haunt in about 5 seconds. So that means Kaka as well as KP will be sent back to defend. Yeah, Faith too. And okay, Tiny still shows. They have to make the dive now before he escapes. They're going to come to the high ground. They're going to see how close he is. They have the blink first.
They have it. They got him. Good play there to find Fata, and if they want to, they can try and save the black hole as well. Mid one is pretty close, but there's no way he wants to jump into this. So
reinforcements will just abandon him.
Find the kill. Roche capable to respawn in 40 seconds. Tiny back up in 65.
Nice couple minutes of play there from Newbee, though.
Yeah.
They move around the map. They had that mid lane pushing all the way in, force a response. They push the bottom lane all the way in, force a response, and then that actually left Fata this time all alone to finally get punished for all of the split pushing.
I mean, that's the thing. Anything is possible in Dota. It's just that the ease of execution for Secret, it's so much greater.
Yep.
And Newbee need to play perfectly from this point forward if they want to secure a win.
Yeah, that XP advantage, it's now gone down a little bit, but it's still about 10k for the Radiant side. Just fighting with better heroes at the moment. They're on the run, though. Maybe Mugi can hit a big arrow. Certainly had plenty. Of course, he was firing 3 times the ammo at the end of the last game.
Puppy.
But
I don't know if they can get in range of him, though. They do take down that ward now, and, well, without the vision, they decide to back out. The courier just happened to pass over that ward as Puppy was going by it.
45 minutes, or 45 seconds, rather, for the Roche. And Newbee going to try and deny out a contest from Secret. Very nice. Like, that takes away buyback plays from the Tiny, from the Dark Willow. Not so much the Ember and the Spectre. Well, I guess Ember too, realistically, unless he has a Remnant down.
Okay.
And then the Bane too. So very important to get that Shrine. I thought they'd have a harder time getting this Roche, but as long as they're able to scout it out, they're in a really good position for it.
It's a good timer, too. Like, sometimes if it's a longer one, you end up sort of drifting over to the east side of the map.
Well, you got to answer another lane, and in this case, Fata won't have enough time to actually force them there. As long as they scout it, wave goes out now. They should just leave the courier in there at this point.
Oh, it respawned right as the wave dissipated.
Kaka's in.
Okay, here we go.
He's got it. He's like, yo, guys, it's actually here. Would you believe it? And they all instantly turn. Oh, what a quick rush spawn.
Apparently, it's going to be a Roche pickup for Newbee as they are in a good position to take this one.
And all right, I didn't think they'd get this Roche.
Yeah, this does kind of change our assessment of the game a little bit.
Definitely, because if they get the Refresher Shard, which they're about to, I'm not even sure if you can give it to KP, because he is the struggle of the, yeah, he's going to take it. So it's a struggle. It's like there's the Fiend script,
Wait,
but
they see Fata.
Second black hole.
Yeah, exactly. You need somebody to be able to break that Fiend script so you don't just get focused down in the fight.
And he must still have, yeah, it is still a 10-second BKB. He still hasn't used it. This is his first item. Well, I shouldn't say first. He has mech first, but still.
If there is one thing we talk about, it's KP potential to show up big in these games. He's proved that he can do it before. Mugi going to have the Aegis as they pressure out bottom lane first. I mean, do you just try and go like straight down the bottom side of the map? Do you go mid? Where do you think you want to try and take your last push at if you're Newbee?
Well, ideally you want that little like 2-lane fork approach coming through the mid and down to the bottom. That's the ideal situation. But
oh, they realize that Puppy's here. He just goes for the grip. Yeah, he's bringing in the bugs though as well. If they can kill off CCC here, this would be huge. He does still have the cheese. Does he decide to pop it?
He popped it under Spirit Vessel. He lost so much of the healing.
That really hurts. And now Mugi shows up as well. Feared. Well, they pull him back in. They're able to find that kill. That's Spectre dead. KP pops the BKB, thinking about chasing this one. He does have the black hole if he wants to drop it. There it is, right on top of the tiny mid one. Can he break this? No, that's the BKB for KP, keeping him alive.
They've spent so much here already, though. The buyback from KP in mid one, still very threatening. Looks like he will retreat. But they still have a lot of resources left on the Radiant side. All 3 of these heroes having buybacks. SCCC doesn't have his. They can't go high ground without it. And since the buyback was spent from KP, that's going to put Newbee at a buyback disadvantage that they have no answer to right now because they simply can't go high ground. All right, Newbee, you got to buy these tomes. They just bought the tome. It's $39.50. Well, they just get a double kill there from mid one. Very nicely played.
You check it out. He's got the double sleight of fists.
Yeah, you see Puppy 3 seconds in, he buys that tome. That's support.
It's because they're buying all the other things.
This is like way worse than Midas timings. Leaving a tome for 9.5 minutes.
If you wanted to know how to trigger Canadian, now you know. Poor old Trent.
It's brutal, man. Talents are really good, guys. Stats are really good. They're just sitting there.
Waiting for it. Mocking you. Oh, man. I feel like, again, that was like the moment, right?
Yeah.
That was the moment they really needed. And Secret, again, are able to hold out. I think Puppey gripping there, such a great decision.
Oh, this is the replay here on this little kill. It's like, oh, guys, everything's fine. And just destroyed. The Manta coming through, and there goes the age. And everyone just says bye-bye.
Double Sleight of Fist is so good. And particularly against this type of a lineup, too.
Yeah.
Great decision to go for the Battle Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have the Spectre be the one that makes the space.
Yeah. Very good prioritization from Secret in this match. Looking like the Secret a lot of people expected coming into this tournament. And when the game is on the line, the brackets are on the line. They appear to be showing up here, but it's not over yet. Looking for an arrow here. Ace playing by the tree line. Kaka leading it here, has the Force Staff.
Oh, the haunt! Ace trying to hide.
He's got to be really careful about this. Oh,
He just stayed there. The double bluff.
the next level play.
That's pretty great. Because if you just dagger there, they probably chase down where the dagger would be.
Yep.
But if you haunt, and then hide. And this time, Mid One still just farming towards his second Daedalus. The physical damage Ember has seen a lot of buffs. And finally getting some play here on the biggest stage in the world. True Strike, 2 Sleight of Fist charges, and the 25 damage.
Oh, how about an Arcane Rune?
Oh, God.
That's going to let you farm pretty fast. And Newbee just not quite able to get to that high ground once more here. Shadow Blade from KP, trying to mix it up a little. Can't afford the Refresher Shard. He's going for the win.
I mean,
Wow, that's a bold move.
That's
He's trying
a really
to catch
bold
his
move.
Ember on the side. That's their only option. And Mid One, he wants to cement this game. He's thinking about that very scary item. I don't know. I don't know if he'll do it.
Mr. Mid One.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I'd love to see the Quelling Blade on the Bane as well. Just
Yes,
cutting
but
down all those
also
trees.
very scary item.
Look at that. It's like the smaller rapier, you know?
Got to get the D wards off.
And the fancy wards. For sure.
All right, Mid One, he's going
Is
for
he
it.
actually going to buy it?
Yeah, he's getting the relic. It's pretty much a done deal at this point. Very interesting. It doesn't feel that necessary from
No.
our point of view, at least. But
I mean, maybe he's just feeling like so much that he's just not going to die.
yeah, it's possible.
Double Sleight of Fist, I mean, everybody thinks about the damage, but it's also sort of the survivability that you get from it, too. He does not buy out the rapier and have no buyback.
No, he only bought the relic for the extra damage, which is a good choice.
All right, Shadowblade KP. Is he going to find these heroes up on the high ground? Puppey is there as well as Yapsor. They're going to make their move over and around.
Now, there's no gem on the Radiant, which is very good, but it's also possible they just straight up get one because of the Moonlight Shadow threat.
Yeah.
And especially once they see the Shadow Blade on KP.
They're waiting in the pit. It's still 2 minutes before it's even possible to respawn.
Yeah, just using the vision to hide away.
And the TP's back. They come back home as Newbee continue to farm out around the map. As far as like things you can get into for later stage stuff, like, we have seen the Visage for the Sheep Stick. Any other big items that you can potentially pick up here? Satanic for...
I probably just looked more to the supports on the side of Newbee, like trying to get good swaps off and getting the Winner's Curse. If they can control up this Ember Spirit, that's the dream, right? If you can Winner's Curse someone next to him and then follow up with an arrow, that could just be it. You know, he still doesn't have a BKB. So there is a pretty real threat for Mid One to go down here.
Throws out one Remnant. A Secret, again,
right,
going to go for the wraparound.
The disaster moment here is if KP can find his play.
Looking for an opening.
They're
CCC.
so clumped.
Buyback status. KP does not have it. Fata Finds initiation, the swap out, still fine for the moment.
Oh, but
Haunt there
there's the
revealing
Haunt.
absolutely everybody. Maybe going to look for the counterplay, though. The Winter's Curse immediately going to be broken there as well as they try and take down one. It is just Ace alone next to 4 Newbee heroes.
Newbee are running back. Now they have space for KP.
They're trying to look for their opening. Moogie jumps forward as well. He's going to be caught up for the moment, though. And KP walking forward with the black hole. Can he get into range? He's going to drop it here just onto Ace, but it might be enough. Mid one still looking at everybody, trying to throw out these sleight of fists. Newbee still has everybody alive, and Secret's already lost 2.
Now they're after Fada. Mid one just trying to help from the low ground. Thinking about even going to the shot possibly for that rapier.
I mean, that's the double
the
thing
arrow!
already. He's already caught the arrow. Beautifully played from Moogie.
Oh, mid one's so bold.
And he just goes down. They kind of went in one by one.
It was so well played by Newbee. The way they just retreated, they didn't commit anything during the haunt. They just kept backing up, using these ores, using the mech, using the pipe, sustaining, holding themselves back, defensively swapping, and focusing down that Bane so that he wasn't going to be a threat for KP.
Well, and Roche capable to respawn. We'll see how long it is. 15 seconds.
Oh, with a DD rune out front.
I don't know if they're going to, I mean, well, if they see it, they're going to go for it, but they're instead just going to run down mid first. Force out some buybacks.
Yeah, you want that Ember buyback, 100%. You do not want to see a rapier on that guy. They've definitely seen the relic, and they know they're not doubling up on Radiances.
Tier 3 tower getting assaulted. Curse Crown, send one bird away. There's the buyback from the Ember. Fato went for the toss back, but the BKB is there for Moogie, keeping him alive along with the Cold Embrace. Swap into Fata in some trouble. KP does not have a black hole, but they have the Winter's Curse. They're destroying mid one. Can they kill him off in time? They have the sheep stick on top of everything. He's done. No buyback on mid one. They buy back on the Tiny instead, and now Newbee is in a great position. They lose one whole set of racks.
They have found their footing.
SCC kissing.
Yeah. Kaka just got it. That Winter's Curse, so well done. Doesn't need the Blink Daggers. Give him the Force and the Aether Lens.
Oh my god, and Secret trying to salvage this problem situation. They're in a terrible spot. Another Hex comes out, and Ace alone going to die. He does have buyback. The Bedlam onto KP. They re-haunt back into this one, trying to take down SCCC, and they will be able to find the Fiend's Grip to take him there. Fata, Ace haunting forward, trying to take down Kaka, and they are going to get him as well.
Oh, Secret, okay, fighting back now. They lost the mid lane of racks, though. Plenty of damage to their structures, but they're holding bottom. They get some kills. And it does cost them some pretty important buybacks there. Tiny and Spectre now gone, and of course, mid ones as well.
The big one, though, is, again, the racks, they're 2 lanes done.
Yeah. Wow, Newbee. I really thought they were in trouble. But Secret weren't able to find those big plays. The Haunt, it seemed like impossible. How does KB have a good fight near that Roche pit when the Haunt's like that? You're able to scout him out, but too much single target focus, I guess. Like, Ace doesn't feel confident enough just haunting it on top of him, but...
Oh, I need to retake a look at this. I mean, there are many moments.
I mean, this is where mid one's dead, and it's like, all right, it's over. Like,
right.
The kisses are coming out from SCCC, and Moogie's able to back himself away, but coming another big play with the Cursed Crown. I feel like it's just catching them over and over on the side of Newbee. Yaps are doing an excellent job this game, and the buyback now forced out from the Spectre. It does help clean up a lot of these fights kills, though.
It does show the strength of a late-game Dark Willow, and obviously Fata making plays. They still have a very farmed Spectre, but I don't know. It's getting scary. I mean, beyond scary right now.
Yeah, they're getting into real net worth problems. 15K lead is a big deal.
Yeah.
Before it was like 1K, 2K, and they had the XP advantage, but now Moogie, he is itemized to pretty much the max degree here. He has a Wraith, a Ring of Aquila rather, to replace, and that's about it. But Mjolnir, as well as Satanic, and mid one will finally find it. No buyback, so it's time to get yourself the Rapier.
All right. Let's see it. I have not seen that many of the physical Ember builds when you're far behind after the changes to the talent reworks. This was obviously so prominent during the Shanghai Major era and thereabouts, when Ember was in its heyday. Another Ember Spirit on a Team Secret that we all remember very well.
That's right.
But it's going to be another Roche going into the hands of Newbee.
Yeah, and who is our buybacker on this side? Anybody? I guess maybe Visage they're going to give it to, just because he doesn't have it. Then they'll still give it to Moogie. It's still more important. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So Moogie, this time he went for the Moonlight Shadow cooldown. Did not go for the multi-shot arrows. Maybe because they already have 2 lanes, so it's going to be kind of obvious where Secret are forced to play. It's not so much a scouting thing as that they already control the map. They have great vision across the entire thing. Just use this Moonlight Shadow so that you can try and find some sort of a pickoff.
Okay. KP with 3 black holes. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to be doing a fairly decent job. A 1 gold surplus for him. All right, now start building back up, but
He might actually just go through all of the charges of his BKB in this next fight. But that's fine.
yeah, I think he'll be okay with that. They don't really have that many options. Only 1 Fiend's Grip.
I mean, again, though, it just gets so scary. And the amount of damage that can come out from a couple of sleight of fist shots with the rapier, he's dealing, you know, close to 600 damage per hit, not including crits. This is the point in the game where all these summons might actually start to come back to haunt you.
We'll see how clumped up they get and what maybe one can find. The vision game just very difficult for the Radiant as all of these gems are out. You can see they've created a perimeter of sentries. And mid one just has to be so cautious.
51 minutes. They know this is coming. They've got single target. They've got AoE.
Trying to bait with the illusion, but takes too much damage. There's the rapier.
They've got 4 birds.
Gets
One of them
stunned.
just dies. The chase forward for more. Haunt out already. The Terrorize, it's coming in. It's going to connect onto 2, but Mookie able to get the BKB. There's the swap away. Still living for the moment is Kaka with the Winter's Curse. So much damage
he's
coming
stunned up,
out.
though.
They take down the Venge. No buyback for him. Mookie coming back in a second with that Aegis.
Great start to this fight now for Team Secret. Get the Aegis. They don't burn any of the big ultimates, but they do take care of that Vengeful Spirit. Even with the Aghanim Scepter. Is she out there? Is she dead? Can't even find her. I think she's dead.
The Venge?
Pimp, is she dead? She has eggs. I don't know.
No,
Alright,
not.
she's dead. She's dead. She's not wandering around somewhere.
Yeah, again, for anybody, the illusion comes back when the Vengeful Spirit dies. But if you kill off the illusion again, then you're actually dead.
Yeah.
52 minutes. And Newbee take down a tier 3 tower. They still have the cheese, but this is showing why this is such a hard game to close out against Team Secret. I mean, do you need to think about just trying to, like, actually take a fight or just keep on barreling your head into the racks?
You get into this situation where you're counting every one of your buybacks and you're trying to play a war of buybacks versus the enemy team. That's pretty much the best case scenario, but they didn't get any in that, did they? No. And so now at this point, I don't think they're going to be able to force anything before the buybacks are back for the Spectre and the Ember Spirit a minute and a half away. However, they are both missing gold before they'll be at that point. The reveal on the bottom lane there, just with the Enigma converting.
Visage is not here with them, so I doubt this is looking to be a solid engagement, but send in those Eidolons, why not?
Kaka, heart. Spectre now heart too. Wow.
Ooh.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I'd rather have the heart on my Spectre, I will say. Although they're about the same net worth.
That's actually crazy.
Kaka pushing in some of these lanes, also having 90 GPM doesn't hurt.
Yeah, eat
There's a
your
lot
heart
of
out.
mins in this game. It's 90 GPM talent. All these GPM talents in games like this. Starts to get a little absurd.
The arrow. They took the Moonlight Shadow cooldown from Mookie. And Kaka looking for an opening possibly. Did not go for the night vision, instead the 350 health, so initiation range. Fata maybe looking for a toss back here. They have the Winter's Curse. It's only onto 1. The arrow's going to follow it up. It's a good combo. The black hole onto 2. KP there. Can they bring him down in time? So much damage coming out from the rapier. He just dies. And now the haunt to follow it back up. Faith starting to fall down low as well. He's going to have an illusion when he comes back in a second, but everybody is so
killing
low.
the throne.
Oh my god, he's going to the other side. The fear. It's down to just 1,000 HP. S-Triple-C trying to make it happen. They have the black hole a second time. This is the buyback. Do they actually have the damage to do this, though? The Vengeful Spirit Illusion is not doing enough. They managed to take down the barracks. Great combo. And the black hole enough to secure it. Ace holding on, but GG is called. Creating chaos and making magic.
Off to the side there, S-Triple-C. You just see the Bane go down. I was like, who's going to cancel this black hole? And then suddenly the throne is dying. Because S-Triple-C is making plays for the second game in a row. Newbee out-strategizing, outplaying their opponents. Wow, credit on this draft, I have to say. I'm shocked they were able to pull that one off. It looked like it was a real trouble situation after that second Aegis. weren't quite able to get the resources and the racks that you would expect you would need to win that one.
Yeah.
But Team Secret, it looked really good. Like there was a whole segment of the game where Fada was just split pushing so much, and it seemed like there was no like real good enough answer for it. But he just kind of fell off. He didn't have that same kill potential that we saw from Ace in the previous game, or even just from Fada when he played the puck in the match before either. So very impressive stuff from Team Newbee. They're looking really good. They're turning it up as the group stage keeps moving forward.
That's the time to do it, man. Getting ready for that main event, and I do think that this means that there's about to be some insanity going on in the group stage ending
no.
rounds. We might have some tiebreakers coming up. We'll come back to you guys. I'm sure that Machine will inform everybody what's happening, but holy crap, Newbee, great showing.